Good evening, friends and foes. Pull up a chair, pop a cold one. It's time to get a tad belligerent. Let's get silly.
Alright guys, on tonight's episode, the boys have a lot of Lamar talk. Then we head into a world famous belligerent beverages. Then we have our Keanu draft where Dan yells at me. Hope you guys like it. Here we go. What's up, everybody? Welcome to episode 106 of A Tad Belligerent. This is your boy, T. Wade.
Benjamin Augustus.
And Danny Matt.
That's right, the boys are back and better than ever. The thruple is here. Pants off, as you can see on TV. It's like, nah, our pants are on.
Nah, I got jeans today.
I know, we had to put our pants back on because of the video, but that's fine. I did enjoy seeing us.
Legal reasons.
Legal reasons, right.
If you will.
You know, I mean, but watching us, Winnie the Piglet was fun.
Winnie the Piglet.
Winnie the Pig, that's it.
Winnie the Piglet.
Yeah, Piglet. Those are the good days, but now they're gone. But speaking of the good old days, and Dan mentioned this, and I was totally unaware of this, but Dan's right. This is like now it's not our exact 2-year anniversary, but this is around the time 2 years ago that the Tad Belligerent Monster podcast was born.
Well, we blasted through our 2-year anniversary, so this is kind of us
Reminiscing
and
Yes.
celebrating the fact that we've been here for 2 years.
Yes, the number 1 Elkridge pod, the number 2 Hoco pod, and the number 7 Leisure pod of Maryland. That's what we are. Those are the rankings, and we can. I mean, that's the reality of the situation.
He can also give you our ranking for the East Coast, just east of the Mississippi, United States, and world.
that have an acronym in their name.
Oh, and continental. Yes.
Yeah. We are international, remember? We discovered that in one of our first episodes.
That was awesome.
What was the country actually? It was well, first we were super popular in Tennessee. Remember that?
Yeah, that was.
Yes.
Yeah, that was
Tennessee
crazy.
people were listening to us like crazy. But the first I can't remember now. What was the first international country? It was like South America, wasn't it?
No.
Was it Argentina?
I forget now. Hold on.
We gave them a big shout out.
We did.
I mean, but this is like episode. This is
I
like
almost kind of want to be like. I almost kind of want to say it was like Croatia or something like that. It's something ridiculous.
we're whatever.
Hold
If,
on.
I was thinking something.
if you're right, then I'm way off. If I'm right, you're way off. But I don't know. You have to go back to like episode like 12.
Yeah,
Like it'd be a bop and a half ago.
we international.
Yeah, that's right. That's the end of the episode. But what did we say? What it was in the bottom?
No, but I'm looking at the. I want to look at the map real quick of where we're.
Oh boy.
Oh, we haven't looked
Yeah,
at that in a
I
while.
haven't looked at the map in a long ass time. Let me see here. States.
Are we still popular in Tennessee? Like where are we popular now?
Maryland.
Well, okay. So Maryland's taking back over. I mean, they've always taken over.
Maryland's have been there forever.
Yeah. But Colorado, obviously, because your sister has a pretty decent following.
Well, as of last week, that'll no longer be.
We still love our Colorado people, but yes, our foothold there has ceased.
Yes. Yeah, I love that you mentioned
The
Dan's
cacao.
sister. My sister also lives in
Oh
Colorado.
fuck! I forgot.
But does not listen to any of the
Oh,
episodes.
then
I think it was the Czech Republic.
that
Yeah, I
sounds
think it was
just right.
Czech.
It was the Czech Republic.
Okay, no,
We
I
don't have
was way
any.
off.
We don't have any South. Oh, we have Brazil is the only South American
Hey.
country.
Hey Rio.
Actually, currently Russia's our second.
Yay! Putin loves us.
No, not really. We also have Ukrainian fans.
There we go. We'll pop up Ukrainian. Go Ukraine. Actually, if they both like us, how do we pick sides in the war? Who knows?
Big sides more based on listeners.
Damn right.
We want a neutral ending.
What is our number 2 state?
Whoever wins, make sure everyone you take prisoner, if they're Tad Belligerent fans, let them know.
That's right, baby.
Keep them living.
So
What is our number 2 state, bud?
Maryland's number 1.
Okay.
DC is our second.
All right, actual states.
Virginia is our second state.
Okay, so it's still pretty local.
And then California is our third state,
Is it? Now look at us go.
followed by West Virginia.
Okay, so all of the locals. That's Chris Keenan's family, the
Well,
River Hill of West Virginia. I laughed so hard at that when he put that in the group chat.
I was dying.
Oh my god.
My sister is dead to me now.
Cacao K9. Shout out. Just her birthday, by the way.
Yes.
Yep.
Colorado.
Alright, they'll slip a
So
little.
far down the
That's
list.
fine. But California's cool.
Under Tennessee, under both the Carolinas.
Tennessee, my brother's in Tennessee. He listens every once in a while.
Nice.
But Tennessee was going strong for us for a bit. But still,
Shout out.
shout out.
Oh,
So,
we got some Hawaii, dude. Shout out 808.
hey, I don't know what that means.
Problem is we haven't got enough Tennessee
Here we
whiskey
go.
on here. So
We do not. We have other whiskeys, but not.
We got a lot of Maryland rye.
Yeah,
yeah, we do.
yeah, we do. So, all right. Well, I mean, so that's a little walk down memory lane. You know, with our 2-year anniversary and looking at the map. I'm actually. We have, like you said, we haven't talked about the map in a while. But that's pretty cool.
True.
So,
Hell yeah.
but we do want to we do have a couple things we're going to get into the show. First thing is, the boys are struggling, sports-wise.
Yeah.
And we're not even talking the Orioles in their disappointing roster news today.
And now we got, what, 4 or 5 people wrong?
You know, we definitely got a few wrong. But I do feel overall we did mostly okay, but
Yes.
a few wrong. But as anybody listening to the show knows, the boys with me here are avid Ravens fans. I mean, they bleed purple. It is a part of their life, part of their culture. They go to every single game. Obviously, you guys know we have the best tailgate in the city.
Buy hats with camo and purple on them.
I mean, yeah, it's just. But the last couple of days have been kind of rough for Ravens fans. And at first, we joked when we were talking about what we were going to talk about it today. Dan was going to spout out, or not speak, yell about Nelson Aguilar being the big free agent signing that the Ravens had, and as if that was going to carry them to the top of the division.
And I was going to go in a whole rave and rant about how I hated Nelson Aguilar. And you know what, Nelson? You didn't deserve that.
You didn't
That actually isn't really pointed at you. That's really more pointed at the front office. But
When we're talking about division, he's going to win us the conference.
shut up.
Well, unless Benjamin Stentner is the truth, your future quarterback, I don't think that's going to be the case.
Listen, after this afternoon, as you guys well all know, it's Monday
Yeah, quick
at 8
timestamp.
o'clock.
Yep. Quick timestamp, Monday, March 27th, 8:04.
As you all know, earlier in this today, the boys got the script for the upcoming NFL season.
That's right, the script.
The Ravens are fucked.
Yeah.
Because if we're continuing with Tyler Huntley, we're fucked.
Yes.
As you know,
I don't think there's...
The news that broke today was that Lamar went to Twitter, as Lamar does the last couple weeks, because he can't help himself. He literally has no self-control.
correct.
He went out and said that,
John Harbaugh said he's handled himself with nothing but the utmost class.
and that just is
Yeah,
a bullshit coach
the
talk
Ravens-
from
the
John Harbaugh.
Ravens do that all the time.
And don't listen to any words any front office, any coach
Correct.
ever say literally about anything. They're worse than politicians
The
when it
Ravens,
comes to
the
lying.
Ravens said that Marquise Hollywood Brown was still in their game plan up until the day before the draft.
Oh, yeah.
Then he was traded.
Listen, everyone who's come out and said that they doesn't want to be on the Ravens has been traded from the Ravens.
Literally.
Their entire career, or the entire time that the Ravens have been in existence. That's just how it is. The Ravens way is like a thing.
And the next person to be traded looks like Lamar Jackson.
We'll
As
probably
he's
get
informed the world that he told the team at the beginning
Now-
of March that he wants to be traded.
I'm actually
So where are we with this, boys? Where are we at?
So it sucks that there can't be like a compromise and he can come back because I really believe like he wants out now. So there's no coming back from that. He wants out.
Yep.
There's
So
still coming back from it. It's happened. Debo Samuel just happened last year.
it's true, but
But when you're the face of a franchise, it's a little different.
There's
And
obviously a lot more
also-
context involved
Yes.
with
correct.
Lamar and how last year ended and the money. So
Well, you
Debo
keep
came
bringing
back
up
because
last
they
year,
gave him a
but
big
it's
ass contract. Let's not kid ourselves. That's why he came back.
Well, let's
So-
make no bones about it. If the Ravens offered him a $215 million guaranteed contract or higher,
Then he would
he
come back.
probably would come back.
But
so
do we believe the Ravens are
I
going to
don't
do that?
believe they'll do
Absolutely
that. No.
So then there we go.
Now,
They've been burned by Flacco. Now they don't want to be burned by Lamar.
well, see, I don't know about that because
That's part of it. I think that's part of
well,
it.
hold
It
on.
might be a little gunshot. maybe.
With the way they've handled it, I've always imagined that they would match any offer, and they just didn't want to be the second. Steve Bisciotti didn't want to be the second owner to offer that. He'll be the second owner to sign off on the deal, but he didn't want to be the second owner to offer that deal.
Also,
He'd match it.
They don't want to bid against themselves. They want to see
Right.
what the value, how other teams value Lamar Jackson
Sure.
before they just go and bid against themselves and give him more money.
Beyond all that, though, fuck.
You good? Well, let me ask you guys this.
Oh no, I'm
Yeah.
fine with it all, because it kind of now we can get more than 2 first-round picks in compensation
I
because
don't think that's going to happen, though.
Well, that's what I want to ask. Like,
you can sign the franchise tag, and if he signs the franchise tag,
You can then trade.
then he's essentially another player on the team. He can be traded for any amount.
right.
They trade
But, so let me ask you this: so, like, has he signed the tender yet? I don't know.
No.
No.
That's the only reason
he
why
has
he
until
can.
week 10 to sign the
Correct.
tender. Once he signs the tender, he can't negotiate with teams anymore.
So he either has to sign the tenure or literally have another team offer him something.
And teams have that's the only reason why teams are allowed to offer him is because he hasn't signed the tenure. If he signs the tenure, he can't go out and negotiate with other teams.
Okay. So when he says he wants to be traded,
Us offer
the
him
Ravens
the-
can't trade him right now. Is what we're saying, right?
They could agree on a trade, and then Lamar could sign it,
Okay.
and then we could trade him.
What happened with Devontae last year? How they signed
I don't
him.
remember, but
Devontae got signed to the same exclusive that whatever the non-exclusive that Lamar is on right now, but for wide receivers, he went out, talked to a bunch of teams. Then the Raiders and the Packers agreed to a deal. He signed the tender. Then they sent him however many first-round picks, however many picks that they got.
whatever it was.
Yeah,
Well, it was a good haul, obviously.
Correct.
Okay.
But
so,
my thinking is behind that, he signs the tender. They agree. Are the Ravens now the team that goes after like a Kirk Cousins or like a Tannehill?
you have to trade for a guy like that.
Well,
That's what I'm
I think
saying.
So far, everyone's saying that teams are hesitant because they don't want to give up 2 first-round picks. So all of a sudden, you think they're going to trade more because Lamar wants
I
out?
think they're more. I think the real yes, because
Well,
I think
but
Lamar
hold on.
Lamar will negotiate a contract and then say, "This is the team I want to play for. They're giving me the contract I want. Let me go for 2 first-round picks, Ravens."
Well, the reason why I think that he'd go for more is because, and the reason why I don't think teams want to give up 2 first-round picks now has nothing to do with compensation or with however much Lamar wants. It's the fact that, one, the Ravens have first right of refusal, so they do all the work for the Ravens. Like your point, what you were saying earlier, how they didn't. No team wants to do work for another organization. You set the standard for that organization. They can just say, "Okay, bro, whatever," and then accept
They
it.
match the deal, yes, but Lamar doesn't want to be there. So now they just signed Lamar Jackson
It doesn't
to such
matter.
a deal, a player who does not want to be there. It's going to be turmoil and it's not going to work.
I
out
thought you
long.
couldn't negotiate the what you got back. I thought it had to be 2 first-round picks.
That's only if he goes out and signs.
But the only way you can trade him is if he signs the tenure.
No.
But
We're
if another
saying
team
if
gives
he-
them a contract and we don't match, they give us
Correct.
2 first-round picks.
So
and
you
they sign Lamar
still have to
Jackson.
match whatever contract,
No.
then trade him
No.
for.
Because
No.
he has to agree to sign the franchise tag. So that's where this comes into. That's where this.
So right now, currently Lamar Jackson cannot be traded.
That's
He's
what I'm
allowed
saying.
to talk to other teams.
Correct.
If they come to an agreement, the other team will give the Ravens 2 first-round picks, and Lamar Jackson goes to the other team and signs that deal.
Correct.
Or the Ravens can match that contract offer, and we sign him to that deal, and he stays with us.
Then you trade him for it if you want.
No,
After that.
no,
No, that's it.
we would just match it.
And then
But
we
then
would
keep
we,
him.
we would
If
keep-
we're going to
Well, or you can
trade
trade
him
him.
for more or less than the 2 first-round picks, he signs the 1-year tenure for this year,
and then goes to
the
that
$32
team.
million, and then we trade him, and then he works out a contract with the team we trade him to.
Correct. There's 3 options.
Basically, we have to sign him. He's currently not on a deal, so he has to sign the 1-year deal before he can be traded.
And that's why he has until week 10 because he doesn't get
lose
paid
yeah.
or he doesn't get fined
Yes.
until week 10.
I'm trying to
So
think
he doesn't
what's
have to
best.
sign until
So
week
what's
10.
best for the Ravens?
Getting more than 2 first-round picks,
So having him agree
So
to
signing
sign the
him-
tenure.
and then trading him for more than 2 first-round
Which
picks.
is I think is
But
probably
I
gonna
don't
be
think
done.
that happens.
So what's best for Lamar now? Getting a team to give. He needs a team to give him a contract.
Yes.
That's really the best.
That's
thing
for Lamar, is for a team to offer him a contract.
Yeah.
Correct.
Which I don't see that really happening. One, teams don't have the cap to do it. I mean, that's really, if you look at what teams' cap space is right
Well,
now,
like you
There's
said,
like 4 or
it's a
5
very
teams.
like
small
you said,
team.
cap can be made though.
There's 4 or 5 teams.
That's a
with
lot of
20
cap
plus
that had to
million.
get made.
There's 4 or 5 teams with $20+ million in cap, and only
Right,
one
but
of them
of
has
those
a
4 or
quarterback.
5,
One
are
of them has
they
a quarterback.
only one who's
I don't remember who it was off the top of my head, but
Let's-
it's the Bears, Justin Fields. The rest is like.
They're definitely not.
The rest is like
Washington.
Atlanta. No, Washington.
Washington
has like 1 million in cash.
Yeah, because they've restructured no contracts.
It's Detroit. It's Indy. It's Atlanta. It's
Detroit has a quarterback.
I mean, not better than Lamar.
But you're not. But it's yes, they're better. But if you have a guy that you don't have to spend Lamar money on,
yeah, but look at the landscape in the NFC.
You're the top.
Look at the landscape
you're
in
the
the
top
NFC,
teams.
though.
So Bears, we
Justin
know.
Fields.
Panthers, no, because you have the first overall pick. You trade it up to draft a guy.
Yeah.
Lions, I say no. You have Jared Goff, had a good year. You have him on a relatively cheap contract. Cardinals, they already have their guy. I know, and we talked earlier today.
I don't see that happening.
I don't know if it's that crazy to trade a Kyler for Lamar, but fine, fair enough.
They're also a team that drafted 2 quarterbacks back to back, 1-1. So they do.
Texans, no, they were 2 picked. They're going to draft a quarterback.
Also, you keep saying Panthers and Texans, no, but you do realize
Panthers definitely they literally traded assets.
Okay. But the reality of the situation is not all draft picks pan out.
Yes, but when you trade all that to go get the number 1 pick,
you're
okay. I'm just saying
you don't.
You know they're not going to get Lamar. Both those teams are
okay.
not.
The second team then. The
Yes,
Texans
the Texans
do
are
it.
not.
The Texans could.
The Texans.
But I'm just saying that Carolina does not give up all that to get the number 1 pick to then give it to Baltimore.
You also look at teams that are trying to win now.
They lost everything for no reason.
Like the Texans are in complete rebuild mode. Why would they trade assets for Lamar to not be good?
Because it's not that many assets.
You would have to give up draft capital, 2 first-round picks.
2 first-round picks.
Probably more.
If you wait till after the draft, then those 2 first-round picks come with Lamar as your quarterback. So they're most likely late first-round.
You guys all know that the Texans are not trading for Lamar Jackson, right? I mean, let's
most
be
likely,
open
yes.
Okay. So Texas.
I don't think after everything Deshaun went through in Houston, not as off-the-field stuff, but with that organization, that Lamar wants to go to Houston either.
So then the next 3 teams.
It's not a 0% chance like you're making it out to be. So
I'll give it 1%. I'll give it a 1% chance. The Texans are not trading for Lamar Jackson. Get over it. The Packers.
Nothing to get over, but
I mean, Packers. I don't think so.
Unless they're not sold on Jordan Love.
I think they're sold on enough to not have Aaron Rodgers. I mean,
it would be fitting for a player with no agent and a team with no owner to just be the perfect fit.
Like, I don't even know. So they would. What would they? How would that work?
The NFC has
2 first-round picks.
Right. So whatever they get back from the Jets, they give to the Ravens to get Lamar.
It's just whatever their 2 first-round picks.
Also, the NFC is
it's more wide open.
A complete quarterback barren landscape. Lamar goes there and is immediately the first or second best quarterback.
The big thing is Lamar's the best offensive player to ever play for the Baltimore Ravens.
That's a hard pill to swallow.
The only other 2 teams, by the way, have more than $20 million in cap space. So the Colts and the Falcons. Again, Colts, I think, are going to be drafting a quarterback. Falcons. See, I could hear an argument for the Falcons. I could.
If I'm the Colts, I trade the number 4 overall pick. I trade it and get a 28, 29, 30, 31, something like that, late first-round pick. And a whole bunch of other capital, and then just give that late first-round pick to the Ravens. And next year's late first-round pick, most likely because you're going to be in the playoffs, to the Ravens. Have all that extra capital,
assuming they want to do that.
I think that's a really smart move.
I honestly
they're not a win now situation. Like we talked about in the group chat today. Like their roster's pretty barren, and getting Lamar maybe gets you the playoffs because the AFC is really good. Like he's going to a worse roster than the Ravens, way worse. And I mean, and so I don't know
where.
Indy, talking about Indianapolis. So again, Indianapolis Falcons are the only teams with $20+ million in cap space right now to even think about pulling off a trade like this.
I disagree. Besides the Bears, every other team would benefit.
They would be better, but you have to. But it's not Madden. It's not that cut and dry. Like there's aspects to it.
I think it's a bad
in the future. And also, do you think Lamar's that good anymore? Which is a legitimate question. Also,
it would be
a motivated Lamar would be probably better this 1 year.
Are you saying he was unmotivated with the Ravens?
I think Lamar's skill.
Last year.
Lamar's skill.
Why was he unmotivated?
Just because this whole landscape.
That's the first time I've heard he's unmotivated.
No, I don't know fucking if he's unmotivated. I'm just saying the eye test that I feel he didn't want to play.
Dan's
really.
just saying that he didn't get the money that he was supposed to be playing for, so he's not playing 100% everything putting his life on the line, blood, sweat, and tears,
also,
because he doesn't have that guaranteed money in hand.
Yeah, that's why.
Also, heard a lot of reports last year that he was in team meetings just not paying attention to stuff and just sitting there doing the basics.
I didn't hear anything about that. I'm saying
that came out recently.
I'm saying
maybe
with him putting out this tweet, he'll probably go to another team and take less.
Maybe I think the league has kind of spoken ultimately about how they feel about Lamar, and I think the league definitely does not value Lamar as much as fans and media do. Point blank. I think that's what we can observe through this whole situation.
And players do.
Well, the players don't have a say in this at all.
No, but they all step up and only always have good stuff to say about Lamar.
I thought that was. I mean, actually, I think a lot of players bash Lamar for not playing in the game. I mean, I feel like a lot of guys actually came out against Lamar on that.
If you could actually go pretty proof.
I'll have to look. So remember, we just had this discussion already about.
And this was
should he or not.
This was taking that one instance out of it. I'm saying all the guys have always said Lamar is one of the best players on the field. He deserves to get paid. Every player here says pay Lamar his money, give Lamar his money, he deserves to be paid.
Yeah.
But that's because all players stick up for
I was about to say that's also that's a company line from the players.
Yes, they all want to get paid.
Yeah, because that contract helps them out.
Yes. And I think that's one of the big things with this situation is the NFL Players Association saying Lamar, go get paid, go get your money, go get everything.
Yeah, and the league, the owners are saying you're not worth it to us.
And he's negotiating by himself, and the Ravens are having to talk to him, and that's why he's saying he's hearing all the.
So let me ask you this: should he get an agent? He get the contract he wants.
I'm not saying he get the contract he wants. No, I don't think he gets the contract he wants, no matter what. I think the agent talks to him and says, "Hey, listen, Lamar, what you want is kind of crazy, and while one player might have gotten it, you're not getting that contract."
I mean, he turned out his contract that's more guaranteed than Patrick Mahomes, which is.
This is what we have to deal with.
What do you think about it?
Let's.
So I guess we're on different sides on what teams would be willing to bring him on. Again, Dan, you're right. He would be an upgrade over all those guys, including the rookies. But what an owner and GM probably thinks like yes, we would improve there, but we would lose other things. And a lot of those teams, they're just not in a win down position. They're strictly in a rebuild mode.
All I'm saying is the Ravens have him now and have their team built around him, and they are scared for the future of their franchise. They don't want to commit all that guaranteed money to him. What makes you think another team wants to give up a bunch of draft picks and then commit even more to him? I don't think anyone does.
So everybody keeps saying build this team around Lamar. I get that our style was.
I'm not saying they gave Lamar the best weapons. I'm saying
they gave
Lamar's the offense.
It was Lamar's offense with excess of tight ends and running backs and linebackers.
But we're still going to be running a similar offense without Lamar. It's just going to be no running quarterback shit. It's going to be still two tight ends. It's still going to be power running scheme.
Well, you guys know the new
option that changes the offense a lot.
But it's still going to be the same personnel. It's not like we're going to get rid of guys.
Yes, but everyone's saying they got the personnel, the specific linemen to run the ball, to run Lamar, to be the league leading rushing team.
But those linemen were blocking for him before. Those linemen aren't blocking for guys. Look, Stanley and Zeitler were blocking for conventional quarterbacks before Lamar came out, and then Tyler Lindenbaum has never had it.
I get that. I thought last year's moves in the draft and what we did were actually to prepare the team for anyone at quarterback, not just Lamar.
And also, Ben Cleveland's probably the oafiest lineman of all time.
Yeah, he's also not starting lineman right now, so let's not talk about him right now.
We took him high. How is that a lineman for Lamar? He's oafy and slow. But he's oafy. He doesn't move. We pull our guards. He's meant to pull. He isn't pulling.
Again, I don't pay that much attention to Ravens line play. I mean, are you guys in gap scheme? I don't know.
We were talking about how they would probably have to pull the center because Cleveland was so oafy at his fucking shit.
Yeah, he's not pulling guard.
Right. That's what kind of our guards do, though.
Well, that's why we have a center who can pull, and then we have the big guard to crash down while other players pull. We pull our tackles, we pull everyone. So we can have a guard that we don't pull. I'm just saying, either way, the consensus is it's around Lamar and it's built around
and I don't think that consensus is right.
Well, here's what I'll disagree with. I'll push back you on Dan and agree with more Ben here is the backups are like Lamar-esque, where they want to keep the same style of offense no matter if Lamar goes down. Okay. Like if they had like I I mean, like a Joe
Okay,
Flacco type,
okay.
then I would agree with you probably more that there could be a more
the
universal.
quarterback room is, but the entire team is a regular team. If we got a
But that also shows
Jimmy
they want to change
Garoppolo
the
in
philosophy.
here, all right. If we got Jimmy Garoppolo in here, the only thing changing is the scheme of not running with the quarterback and the read option anymore. But all of our players are still staying the same. If we got Greg Roman out and we brought someone else in, our scheme would change.
I think the quarterback room shows you
like
kind of their
70%
point.
of the time, though.
I think the quarterback room kind of shows you what they want to do. You know what I mean? Because they want to. Because if they had, again, a more traditional quarterback,
I'm just saying,
then they could be more flexible with their offense.
They have an extra blocker when they run the ball.
I'm saying the notion that we're going to have to completely change the entire roster is...
No, I don't think we do. I'm just simply saying from the Ravens' point of view, where they have their team for Lamar, and it's supposed to be their offense is built around Lamar. If they don't want to give him the guaranteed, why would another team want to not only give him the guaranteed, but give up a whole bunch of capital?
I do think you do have to be kind of a little more selective on who you have on the team if Lamar Jackson's your quarterback.
Yeah, everyone always
versus
says Lamar has more
Joe
value.
Burrow.
Everyone always
There's
says
different kinds, different quarterbacks.
Yes. Lamar has more value to the Ravens than any other team in the league. That's what everyone says.
I would probably agree with that as well.
So the Ravens are saying, go see what other teams will pay you, and then we'll match.
I'm just saying, if he went to another team, it's not like they'd have to do a whole rehaul of their roster. They
don't have to do rehaul.
I think they
have to give up 2 first-round picks and sign him. The Ravens just have to sign him, and they're not willing to do that. So why would another team be willing to sign him and give up first-round picks?
I do think there's adjustments to the roster if you get Lamar on your team, 100%. Overall, they can pick what that means, but I do think you would have to put more emphasis on tight ends, more emphasis on fullbacks, more emphasis on running backs if you have Lamar on your team. Just based off his throwing skills and ability, that's kind of where it is.
Yeah, and you don't necessarily have to do that if you're another team. You don't have to go get all those things. Because the big question to me is, can Lamar play in a pro-style offense? Because I think ideally, you never saw Mike Vick.
Very much still.
You never saw Mike Vick doing all these read options and design quarterback runs as much as he did.
A pro-style system.
And all of his magic.
Actually, his pro-style system was in college. So he has run a pro-style system.
And again, this is the big debate always is, did they run this style because that's all they felt Lamar could handle, or did they run that style because that's just their philosophy?
We don't know until
we'll find out this year. We'll find out this year with a new OC.
If that's true, that's bad business.
It's a realistic question. That's a legitimate question to ask. Did they run it again? The same thing with Kaepernick and RG3.
Why would
do they run an offense that's for the quarterback, or is that just their philosophy? We'll find out this year.
And
we can debate it.
And I'm saying it's bad business because you don't pick an offensive coordinator over the fucking player that you traded up in the first round to go get. You try to get someone in here to prove that he can do this, or he can't, and then you move the fuck on.
They got what they thought was at that point, or move the fuck on.
Yeah, but we don't have this fucking circus.
Yeah,
they got what they thought was best for Lamar
because of money and Deshaun Watson and things like that.
Yeah, and
the new age, and that is added to the circus.
And if he got rid of Greg Roman 2 fucking years ago, and he was in a pro style system, and he failed at it. Like he did this year.
You know the answer when you go to sign him to a contract.
And there'd be none of this hubbub, and we'd be moving the fuck on.
I think the Ravens' ultimate goal was to run him and use him as much as they could on all 5 years of his rookie deal, and then move on from him. Or sign him to a shorter guaranteed deal, and keep him as long as they can. But they run him way too much. I think Lamar's more effective when he's running out of a pro-style offense and can scramble. All of his best runs, he has a couple from read options he breaks. But all of his best runs, great plays, are undesigned. It's when things break down. That's when he's at his best. When you're doing these designed runs, I don't want to see Lamar Jackson running dive plays for 3 yards up the middle. But that's what we've done this whole time he's here. And is that all he can do? We're not sure.
We'll find out this year.
I'd like to think that if he was capable of doing more and he could do more, the Ravens would have let him do more.
One would like to.
I would really like to believe that. Because just pounding him into the ground when he can throw the ball all over the place would be really stupid.
Mm-hmm.
But so I would like to see him in offense. He'd be more effective running the ball, more yards per carry for sure. When he's just scrambling and making things happen.
Yeah. Like I said, if he comes back to the Ravens, we'll find out this year with the new OC.
If he's on a new team, we'll find out.
Well, no matter what, you're right. You're going to find out this year no matter what.
Unless he doesn't Play.
Unless he doesn't play. That is a problem. Where did Greg Norman sign with anybody? Where is he?
Roman?
Roman, I'm sorry.
I don't believe so.
That's hilarious.
Also,
he was the
as
head
like-
coach in Dogs last
He was also allegedly going to Stanford.
Stanford, yeah.
But that fell through.
Also, hold on. And Steve Bisciotti, who once he saw, gross. What is that? Ben, go kill that. You're the closest. Or get up and let me do it.
Why? It's not hurting you.
Yeah, I want fucking gross bugs in my house. Oh, sweet, you're gonna do it. Did it stink bug?
No, it's just a normal beetle.
You're dead!
Like Lamar's career. Just kidding.
One of my dreams for the Ravens.
Yeah. So I guess ultimately this is
No one
by far
fucking
the
knows
All
what's
I'm
gonna
saying
happen.
is, if you're gonna, since you saw Deshaun Watson get that guaranteed contract, you know that there is at least a 10% chance that all the next other players are gonna be like, oh, what the fuck? Now I want a guaranteed deal, right? So if you even have any sort of, you're a billionaire, right? So you think you got some sort of business savvy, business IQ, right?
I mean, the Cleveland Browns are billionaires.
You're gonna
So,
potentially give this guy $150+ million in guaranteed money, and you're not even gonna try to get him to do anything to
You
advance.
see him every day in practice. That's what I'm
Right.
saying. So maybe they don't think he can do it.
yeah.
So then,
You can't. That's
don't
a real
even sign him to the
You say you
franchise
saw
tag.
Roman run an offense in Buffalo, and Tyrod Taylor threw the ball and ran more complex passing routes than he had Lamar running.
Bro, that offense was not ranked high at all.
It wasn't. I'm not saying it was.
Because Tyrod's not that good, but
Yes, Lamar's MVP season was way better. I'm just saying, Tyrod was running. He had Tyrod running some different stuff that he didn't have Lamar running. Sammy Watkins got 1,000 yards in that offense.
Tyrod also, yes, Sammy Watkins was also like the second best wide receiver on that team. Did they have like a? Did they have
I don't
like?
know, they traded a bunch up to get.
I think Sammy was their dude.
Oh, that was like his. That was his.
That was like
rookie-
his
Yeah.
second, third year in the league.
Oh, okay.
Something like that.
I can't
Who was
even
on
tell
that
you.
I
team?
think it's the only year he went for 1,000 yards.
Was that when was Eric Decker ever a Buffalo Bill? He was a Jet. I know that. After being in Denver,
Yeah, I don't think he was.
who was like the number 2 Bill like 8 years ago? I'm glad we don't know for the record because then we'd have to kill ourselves because that's like over the top aggressive.
I remember like Eric Moulds from back in the day.
Eric Moss is good. Who's the running back? Was that like a CJ Spiller? Was he ever in Buffalo for a while?
Yeah, C.J. Spiller was in Buffalo.
Was
So
that
this
their
is the
guy?
2015 Buffalo Bills.
Yeah, that checks out. 2015. I thought
Holy shit,
I didn't know he was. Greg Norman was in Buffalo. I thought he was in San Francisco.
he was.
I thought that was where he was before Baltimore.
No.
He ran the Kaepernick offense.
Yeah, he did.
And then he
But
ran-
also, I think he was like the head coach for Buffalo or their offense coordinator.
Now
I think he was the head coach.
Was he? Now you gotta look.
Offensive coordinator.
Offense
Are
coordinator.
you on his wiki?
I'm on the
Was he there after San Francisco or before?
after because
So you went San Francisco, Buffalo,
San
Baltimore.
Francisco was 12 when the Ravens won the Super Bowl.
Okay, so you went San Francisco, Buffalo, Baltimore. That's his timeline.
He might have been somewhere else before Baltimore and after Buffalo.
Okay. He obviously, with this offense, was great in San Francisco in the Super Bowl, and their offense was really, really effective with Kaepernick.
Yeah.
Shady, Sammy Watkins,
Shady.
Robert Woods,
Robert Woods.
Bobby Trees.
Okay.
Charles Clay.
Solid.
That year he had 500 yards. That was tight.
I forgot about Shady. He was still effective then.
Mm-hmm. That was the Cordy Glenn, Richie Incognito, Eric Wood offensive line. Was
Solid offensive line.
Central Henderson.
So basically, to be honest, it sounds like they're what other back was Tyrod Taylor.
He did come straight here from Buffalo.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sounds like Tyrod Taylor was the problem with that offense because that's not awful.
right, that's what I'm saying. Like it's
Personnel
kind of
and line-wise.
It's kind of like the antithesis of the Ravens,
Yeah.
where it's Sammy Watkins. Like Sammy Watkins, when he played for the Ravens, wouldn't have been listed on this depth chart because he's not anywhere near what he was for the Ravens. Like
Yeah.
the
No.
Ravens.
He was supposed to be so good. Never could stay healthy. So, well, we digress. Listen, this is it's crazy to think that an Aaron Rodgers story is going to take second place to anything, but it certainly, at least in my mind, take second place to the Lamar thing.
No one knows what's going to happen. The
That's
Ravens don't
because
know.
he
Lamar doesn't know.
Aaron Rodgers already blew his wad. He already
That's true.
He already told him he's
Well,
going
that like I do think, and we've talked, there are philosophical outcomes from from this situation. There really isn't any like it's just going to be a transaction between two teams. Like there's going to be impacts on this throughout the league and this Lamar thing.
Yeah.
So if something doesn't happen at this owners meeting, maybe something gets worked out here. Who knows? I think the next big domino to really fall and perhaps change something is Herbert or Burrow getting their deals.
If that happens this year.
I guess but what if they sign a big deal? Like is that?
I don't know.
If they sign a guaranteed
Evidently,
deal.
Burrow
If they
already,
get a guarantee, sure.
evidently Burrow already came out and said he'll take a pay cut so Chase can stay, so he can keep Chase.
Yeah, so I don't know how
But
that.
who knows?
So if he signs like a 6-year, I don't know,
They could sign him
$400 million, whatever.
They could sign him to a 10-year, $500 million.
That's what I mean. Like I don't know how that impacts Lamar too much, to be honest with you, because I don't think
the guarantee is gonna mean the most. How much?
if he gets a fully guaranteed, or
yeah, I don't think
If he gets a fully guaranteed, then it becomes an outlier to a trend.
yeah,
I think whatever Joe Burrow gets as the guarantee, it won't be fully, but whatever he gets,
If it's not fully guaranteed, then
Lamar
it doesn't
gets
matter.
less.
Lamar gets less. I agree with that. Yeah.
Lamar only benefits if this is a fully guaranteed. If it's not a fully guaranteed, then it doesn't matter.
Well, he also
back to
benefits if Herbert signs it really fast.
But it could also shut him up and go.
No,
I'm
I'm
not
saying
going to need.
it all goes back to status quo, where it's still high guarantee. It's still going to be high guarantees because that's quarterbacks get the highest guaranteed, and the TV money is still going to be pouring in. Apple TV just got in.
Like the salary cap next year is going to go up a lot.
It's going to balloon,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
But if Burrow or Herbert is the next, or Hurts is the next one, and they get guaranteed, then it becomes every quarterback after that is guaranteed.
You're probably right.
And I don't think it will be fully guaranteed.
Probably not. I think you're right. If that does happen, that'll set the trend. I think you're right. It's not going to happen.
If it doesn't happen, which I don't think it will, whenever the next CBA comes up, that'll be the biggest thing, and we'll have a strike if they don't have guaranteed contracts.
I mean, two big deals have been done since the Watson deal, and they weren't close to being fully guaranteed.
True. But also don't think it's like anyone on the Lamar, Herbert, Joe Burrow.
I think Russell Wilson was pretty close at the time. Before he came and pooped the bed in Denver last year, at the time of the trade and everything, and what he'd done.
His bed was already pooped. They just found out in Denver.
And what he'd done with his career, it was pretty close.
He already pooped his bed. They just transferred his entire room. They cut his room out of Seattle and moved it to Denver. And as soon as they opened the door, they were like, "Fuck, he shit the bed."
I'm just letting you know.
That's exactly what
Russ won a Super Bowl and then to another one.
12 years ago. Won one. Was that one like?
Lamar hasn't made it to an AFC Championship game.
Irrelevant.
He's won one playoff game.
I think it's pretty relevant.
How many AFC championships did Peyton Manning go to in his first 5 years?
Not sure.
I don't think he went to any.
But I'm pretty sure he finished the season, though, in his 4th and 5th year.
Maybe. Uncertain.
So,
but remember, that was a big thing up until 2006. Was for 2004, 2005, 2006 was is Peyton even? Is Peyton the bus?
Yeah.
Is Peyton the bus? He can't get it done.
But the knock on Peyton was never, his athletic ability is so great, he's going to really decline as he gets older.
No, the knock on Peyton was that he folded in the playoffs.
he also kept losing to Tom Brady.
Yes, but the knock on Lamar is that the older he gets, the worse of a player people think he's going to be because he relies so heavily on his legs. I'm not saying that's what's going to happen. I'm just saying that's what people say.
Yeah, okay.
Basically, we're saying everything that everyone else is saying, and no one has any clue what's going to happen, and we're going to suffer through all this.
Yeah, basically,
I'm
bottom
done
line
hearing
is,
it and talking about it.
Yeah,
it sucks.
If this is more therapeutic for you guys to kind of talk about and get it,
really.
Not even that therapeutic. It's just
it's always therapeutic to talk about
sucks, man.
That's therapy. Talk about the shit that sucks.
I'm just gonna watch Netflix when I get done this. I don't give a fuck about this anymore.
Netflix and just jerk it. That's great.
Well, I'll pause that and watch porn. But
there you go.
I don't jerk it to Netflix. That's weird.
Could be a good show.
Could be a really
good
show.
Dude. Good housekeeping.
Good housekeeping.
All right, let's
What's your favorite non-pornographical Netflix TV show to jerk off to?
Go! community. What?
Outer Banks.
Wait a minute.
You've been spying on Tyler. It's like,
All right, let's move forward. That's enough football
One,
talk
two,
for
three,
today.
new girl.
So, all right, we are going to dive into our world famous belligerent beverages. It is my week. Benjamin, I got 4 beers from the good store in Elkridge, not the store that should not be named.
What's up with you getting 4 beers all of a sudden? This is back-to-back times you've done that.
I just, in case we didn't have a longer segment or save it, replenish the fridge.
We've had 4 beers for a while, like just because we go to 3 sometimes. We're typically 4.
We're typically 3.
Are we typically 3?
We've done 4 like 5 times.
I feel like 4 is a lot, but that's why I was getting.
Actually, we can
save one.
Yeah, save one because we.
And I don't care which one we save. Now, all these are from breweries that we've never done before. Obviously, beers we've never done before. Now, 2 of them are from the same brewing company. So, to be honest,
we're definitely doing this. I was just told about a drop theory.
Okay, so the 2 tall ones are from the same brewing company. So if you want to do those, let's do this. Put the coffee stout away. We'll do that another time. The 2 tall ones in the red and the Irish red ale, just because it has the closest thing we get to Irish.
And it has the Detroit Tigers
logo.
logo on it. It's almost baseball season.
It's almost baseball, and this is the closest I'll get to the St. Patrick's Day celebration this year. Because I couldn't even celebrate with you guys this past weekend. Because I was at a fucking track meet.
Loser.
In the rain. I sent you guys that video.
I know.
We had Glenelg High School just in the rain all day.
I laughed at you.
Yeah, I laughed at myself. But the meet went smoothly, smashingly. Everyone was happy with how it ran. And as the meet director, that's all I really care about.
Mm-hmm.
So, all right. So the tall ones are kind of cool. The cans are cool. One of them, and Ben helped me out which one. I think it's the one with like the demon one. It tells it on the side what it pairs with as far as food and cheeses and stuff, which I found very intriguing and cool.
Oh, yes.
So read the
food?
can for us.
Oh, they cover all of them.
Oh, is that then that's even better.
Adroit theory.
And what's the brewing company?
That's it. Adroit theory or Adroit theory.
That's the name of the brewing company?
Adroit.
Adroit.
Yeah.
All right, hold on, one more time.
Adroit.
Adroit.
Adroit. Adroit.
Okay. Yeah, Adroit Brewing Company.
Yeah, friend was just telling me about this on
so they're
St.
located.
Patrick's Day.
Okay, they're located in Virginia. We don't do a lot of Virginia beers.
He said they're really good.
Okay, I'm excited then.
He's a huge beer farm fan and RER. He's all pumped about the Annapolis RER coming.
Beautiful.
He goes to like breweries more than we do all the time.
Oh, he Joe's too?
He Joe's
Yeah.
around. Yeah, he likes coffee stouts as well too.
Nice. All right, so I'll let you kind of lead the show then.
This is Auto Immolation. That's the name of it. Hazy Imperial IPA.
And what does it pair with?
It pairs well food-wise. This pairs with 5-spice. Oh my God, what's that called? Spatch-cooked chicken.
That's super specific.
Spatch-cooked grilled chicken.
What's spatch-cooked?
No clue.
Spatchcocked.
Oh, that makes it a whole lot easier.
5-spice spatchcocked grilled chicken.
That's super specific. That's hilarious. What else?
Cheese mimole. Bourre de lit. Bourre de lit.
I know now why you wanted us to read the cans.
Cigar, Ashton Classic.
Oh, and he gives us
Prime
that's so hard.
Minister, and music, Majesty and Decay by Immolation.
Okay, so
should we play the music while we drink it?
No,
That'd be
because
cool.
this is probably death metal with the way this looks.
maybe.
Yeah, so
Yeah, I'm not. I'm good.
Well,
I'll get it.
all right. So I'm sorry. What is it called again?
Adroit Theory Auto Immolation.
Auto immolation. I only know that word
Auto-immolation.
because immolation is a spell in D&D.
What's the spell?
It's a fire spell and you burn people. It's over time.
Tits.
Each turn. Yeah, it's pretty sweet.
Okay.
This smells like an IPA like shit. Like
So it's also Ghost 1241, whatever that means.
Goes, G-O-S-E.
Mm-hmm. So this has 8.2 APV. So it's a hitter. Can I finish this off?
Yeah, I just need to empty can back.
Okay.
Well, I mean, it is his week. He can do it.
Well, no, that's fine. No, so the can is super cool again. It's like kind of like a demon thing. But again, the fact that it gives you, this says Ghost 1241 on the side here.
It's actually like a demon with like the dark side's omega beams coming out of his eyes, which is fucking sweet.
Yeah.
So I think here also says 0496 over 3000. What I'm going to guess is there's 3,000 cans.
9,000.
No, there's 3,000 cans, and this is number 496.
Oh, cool.
Which we've always appreciated that they label their cans.
I like that.
Yeah. The can, so
Honestly,
the can's super informative and awesome.
If this is bad, it's still gonna get a good score because the can is just.
It's one of the most unique cans we've ever had.
Yeah.
Like.
It's a hazy
This is an
IPA.
informant for the FBI. How much information is on this?
Literally.
Like the CIA would hate to put this guy.
The fact that it's almost 9% ABV is pretty good.
Yes.
So this is what again. I don't know, my brain's not working today.
Double hazy IPA, Hazel.
All right, it's a double New England hazy online. We like New England.
Hazy Imperia IPA.
Okay.
Whatever the fuck that means.
Online says it's New England, which we've enjoyed New England in the past.
Correct.
So
Not the
all right,
football team.
here we go. Not the football team or the baseball. Well, I like the baseball.
New
team.
England, that would suck.
David Ortiz.
I would hate to be like a non-Bostonian living in New England because it's essentially
You're like irrelevant. Like
It's
you're like
all-
if you live in Concord, Connecticut, like
The top-
nobody cares about you.
the top Maine, New Hampshire, Vermont, Rhode Island,
Mm.
Massachusetts. They're all Massachusetts.
That essentially.
It's all Massachusetts. It's
Yeah.
just the eastern block of Massachusetts, the northernmost block of Massachusetts, Boston. And Massachusetts, it's all Boston. It's not Massachusetts. It's hard. The little Cambridge, Harvard, Boston. That's it.
Martha's Vineyard doesn't exist. It's all Boston.
All
From
Boston.
Boston.
Cat back.
Hey Ben,
Yes.
Jesus,
My part.
we're trying to cheers
I'm
and
trying
drink.
to get the song.
It's the most heavy metal thing in the world.
It pairs best with Majesty and the Cake.
Yeah, but we're giving our review.
That's
We
cool.
have to get the full review, Dan.
Cheers. Song's a 0. You look like a heavy guy
It
there.
just got worse.
He's a heavy guy.
I really was enjoying this.
All right, back to the
I
real
was
thing.
really enjoying this beer, and it instantly got worse as soon as the music stopped.
I actually like this beer.
I actually don't mind it as well.
So do I.
It smells like it's going to be way bitterer and way stronger.
not.
But it's tasty AF.
It's tasty, and there's no aftertaste that's
Really
bad.
tasty.
Yeah, this is a quality hazy IPA.
You know what it makes me feel like doing though?
I suck at
Like a rocket.
Cranky Dan's here.
I can only listen to that like when I'm working out.
I'm not
I don't even know if I
a
can-
metal scream guy. The scream of the
Mosh pit,
that's
you're
that
not-
kind of gets me.
You're not in the mosh pit?
Like I've been listening to what is it? Was it Falling?
Die!
Falling in Reverse. I've listened to them lately. They have some good music, but then their song will be great 2/3 of the way through, and then all of a sudden it just flips gears and you just
Just cranks it up like 9 notches.
Yes, and it just.
He's like telling
it's
you a
still not
story.
bad, just the screaming.
He's telling you a story. You're doing like, yeah, man, keep me going down this magical ride. And then,
Yeah.
like, dude, what? All right, so this is really good. Again, we're still off topic.
This is really tasty.
This is super tasty, super clean. It's crisp.
It's different.
It's not that different.
It's not that, no, like this is not super unique, but I think it's just high quality, a high quality double
from New
hazy
York?
New England IPA.
It's a different
it's from-
taste to it than
Then what?
some
Other
IPA
New England IPA?
IPAs. Yeah.
I feel that's kind of the same.
You said it was pretty unique, right? Is it from New York? Unique in New York? Unique in New York?
It's almost
Hey
as
Ben,
bad
what are
as
you doing sitting in
anything
Dan's
I've
chair?
ever said, dude. That was pretty bad.
It's like you stole Dan's
Yeah.
face and you really
Yeah,
Ben.
this is what happens when I'm sitting next to this fucking loser for 2 years.
Jesus, that was aggressive.
Siphoned all of his bad dad jokes.
It's a pleasure doing a podcast with you guys. I'm not gonna lie, I didn't think it would last 2 years. So if I have any fans out there, I'll be starting my own podcast. Fuck you, Dan. Oh, my shit going on. Let's see. This is mine. This is mine. Damn.
Fucking loser.
Glad I have such good friends.
Yeah.
Poop Nickle.
Now I'm stuck.
Oh my god.
You're damn
Now
proud
say
you.
sabotage me.
Saboteur. Oh, you're twisty. You're twisted.
This is still tasty.
Twist off.
Delicious. I want
Twist
more.
off.
So, I think I would pair this with some kind of chicken.
I like that. Okay.
Well, that's what the can says. That's what I'm going with.
Sure. 5 spice chicken?
I would definitely listen to heavy metal while drinking it, and have some kind of cigar. What's the cigar I'm gonna have with this?
Minister or something?
An Ashton classic Prime Minister.
The old.
It's nothing like a Prime Minister in heavy metal.
The old Winston Churchill. The Prime Minister.
Quarterfield, what is this I hear?
See, this is like cream. This is the same here.
That's some schmutz, dude. I would
Is
not
the bottom.
drink that.
Yeah, don't drink that.
I
That
think
looks like
that's the
coffee.
different flavor I'm getting though. Is like it's like it has like a creaminess almost to this.
I was just thinking that, dude. You got
Some guy in the back.
Someone Van Wilder that's
A little extra heavy metal in this one. That's why it's all screaming.
It looks like a little English bulldog.
That's why he's screaming. This is Q face.
His O face?
O face. Probably same thing.
It's Q. It's question face.
It's Q face.
I have a Q face.
It's Q face.
Questioning that move.
Am I enjoying this?
Oh no! You see his question face. That's the fuck.
It's so good. I skipped right past O, went straight to Q.
You're so good. I skipped my O face and went straight to my question face. Should I
Is this
question
really
on
happening right now?
Oh, that's
Is
happening.
this good that I've skipped past O?
No. Is this happening? Is the entire time?
That's so funny. My Q face.
All right, let's do some scores.
That's definitely what this title is named.
But yeah, like Q face.
This is great. Now, I've had better beers because I like better versions of beers. But as far as this version of an IPA, 9% almost, double hazy, New England, all that shit, this is really good. It has good taste. It's not super bitter. It doesn't have a big aftertaste. You can have this with some kind of chicken, which is always good, apparently, according to the can. The can's badass, so I think it's going to get a little bit of a bump for me just for that. Not like crazy bump, but just definitely a little bump. I'm going to go 7.2.
Okay.
That's low, I think.
Again,
Our scores are different.
I don't love IPA, so this is not going to be like an 8 or 9 because I just don't love this type of beer. But as far as this version of the beer, I can do this.
So I love it. It is definitely much better with the music. I can only imagine how good it would be with the cigar, cheese, and food all stacked together.
Sure.
I have to do this one time. I hope they serve all these things at the bar.
Well, hold on. What's the name of the chicken again?
It's 5-spice
Spatchcock.
spatchcocked chicken.
It's not
Grilled
chicken.
chicken.
That's fake.
It's spatchcocked.
Spatchcock, I think, is
grilled
the
chicken.
way you cook it. That could be.
5
You
spice.
flip it with the spatch of the cock.
I spell spatchcock.
Spatch and
Exactly
cock.
how it sounds.
Literally how it sounds.
The first part is spatula.
It's definitely a
and
thing.
then-
No,
Cock.
it's not. Spatula's like SPATU.
Is it really?
I think so. Look it up.
Oh.
Hold on my phone.
Okay. I believe you.
How do you spell spatula?
See, when I asked you the question, like, is it really? That was my Q face.
Yeah, spat.
So
and
spatch-
then ula.
Spatchcocking is like a method of cooking. Like if you would like to, like if you grilled or whatever. So dry rub. So spatchcock is it flattens the bird. So I guess you kind of beat it, so it evenly cooks.
I know exactly what this is.
But it's definitely a dry rub. It has to be a dry rub.
Okay.
It's whole chicken, right?
It's a whole chicken, yeah.
So spatchcock is when you cut the bones, you cut the tendons, but it's still all connected, but everything's flat. Like you butterfly everything, and then you butterfly, but then you
Dry rub the whole thing.
Yeah.
you like break the wing out.
Yeah, like
slice it
the-
at
the
joint
right here,
so it's
right here.
flattened.
Yes.
It looks phenomenal. I've
You
gotta say
can
though,
actually-
I've never
you can
had
actually-
chicken like this.
We actually put a weight on the top of it too. So and then
Is
you flip
it grilled or what? Like what do you?
It's pan fried.
Okay.
Can we put a questionnaire on our posts?
Of course.
Like,
We don't
do
have
you
that
think
much activity.
spatchcock is a way of cooking or a sex act. And let's just
Or both.
Let us know in the
both.
comments.
Or
Let us know in
both.
the comments,
There
y'all.
we go. That works.
Let us know in the comments. Spatchcock, is that a sexual position or a way of cooking?
Anyway,
I hate you.
did you guys give your scores even?
I don't know. I was going through mine talking about how delicious it was, and you were talking about spatchcock chicken.
Did you not give your score?
And I don't think it did, but I give it an 8.6.
Jesus. Oh, God.
Yeah.
Wozer.
I don't think I'm not getting around. I really liked it.
I'm glad you liked it that much.
It was delicious. There was something different about it than a normal, just hazy IPA.
Okay.
Well, I'm not in the middle of you guys, but I'm kind of hunting around the middle, but I'm going 8 flat. I liked it a lot. Enough to put it in the 8s, but not high enough to be above, like, an 8.2, A1, or anything like that.
Yes, that would be what 8 is.
Correct. I was going to say nothing higher than an 8.5, but then why wouldn't I just give it an
Also,
8.5?
what episode we had? Episode 45, the number after 44.
I think it was like 34.
The
What was the
episode.
number after 33 and before 35? It's like, thank you, Google.
Yeah.
God bless you, Captain Hindsight. God
So
bless
good,
you.
so good. All right, next beer.
Sorry.
Let's stay with the same.
Same brewery.
A droid.
But what's this one called?
Droid theory. Memories change their shape. Stupid.
What?
Memories change their shape. Too many words, and it's a phrase, not a name. So you're fucking stupid as fuck.
She's so aggressive towards the beer that we like.
Yeah, dude.
I mean, it's good.
We just had, what was it? Mocha stars and chocolate bars, or mocha bars and chocolate stars.
Actually, memories change their shape. What are you adjusting the memory to your own? Well, what do you the third person is to tell a story? So it's like changed 3 times. What is your memories? How does your memories change?
I don't know.
Doesn't make any fucking sense. Your memory stays the same.
Sure.
All right, well,
Right?
I don't know, dude. You're like way more
Yeah.
dissecting this than the rest
I
of
think
us.
your brain's all spatchcock.
But
It's also a metal heart.
yeah, I was gonna say metal heart, which is cool.
It's like nails, a clock, like a lock. Cool, pretty cool.
So the food that's supposed to come with this,
You can't pronounce those. They're all in French. Give me back the thing.
it's not okay. Actually, there's a word. There's a Chinese sausage, whatever that is. But go ahead. Let me pour my thing first.
I was looking at the desserts and the drinks.
Oh, what was the dessert with the other one?
It looked creme brulee-ish on that one.
No, the other one.
dessert.
No dessert. Okay, what we got here, bud? So this is again for memories change or whatever. What's it called?
Yeah, memories change their shape.
Okay, what?
Pairs well with food-wise. Pancit Canton with squid balls and Chinese sausage.
Squid balls, like actual
Out on
squid
that. I'm out
testicles.
on that.
I'm totally in on that. Squid?
Balls.
Calamari?
Balls. They're testicles.
I don't know if it's the actual
I think
testicles of the squid.
it's
It's the squid meat
I think
formed
it's
into
like-
balls.
I think
That's
it's
what,
like
that's what you want to think.
No, I think it is. I think it is balls of like chopped up squid. That makes sense.
And Chinese
cheese-
sausage.
Yeah.
What is
Dog.
that?
It's just gonna be regular sausage.
Sit dog. That's
That's
hilarious.
hilarious. It's
It's just the
actually
best way of
it's
writing
actually dog
dog.
and cat. No, it's probably just meat anonymous.
This is a generic term referring to
It's Italian sausage, but
sausage
Chinese sausage.
originating in China.
It's
so
not
again,
Hindu.
it's definitely dog and cat. Let's not give ourselves.
But
It's not chorizo.
It's like Italian sausage, but with Chinese spices instead of
It's
Italian.
No, it
Italian
says originated
sausage,
from China. Originated from China.
Chinese.
That's what the Google tells me.
Yes, and I'm saying sausages made in Italy, Italian sausages, is the same thing as sausages made in China, Chinese
Where's
sausages.
the American sausage?
Fucking
too?
idiot.
But we know that they don't put cat and dog in the Italian sausage.
Guess what?
Correct.
Japanese sausage is made in Japan.
Whoa, dude.
Whoa.
You sure?
I'm pretty sure.
That's crazy.
Canadian sausage is made in Canada.
Now you're breaking ground. Hold on. CIA like.
just letting y'all know.
All right, the cheese, rouge et noir, triple creme brie.
I probably would not like that.
No, I'm actually going with squid balls and the triple creme brie.
Okay, so
Cigar Protocol, Elliot,
Gotta have the
Nice
creme with the
Natural,
balls.
music, Hope Attrition by Woe.
Hope Attrition, pull it up.
By Woe, WOE, Hope Attrition.
I hope it's like the softest, like the complete opposite.
Whoa, W-O-E?
Yeah, WOE, Hope Attrition.
So while Ben's looking that up, this is also another New England double hazy IPA. So
8.3%, I believe.
I'm a little weary on what this is going to taste like. If it's the exact same, that just means they
It smells
rebranded it.
less intense than the last one. Like the
The
last
last
one
one was
smelled
super
bitter.
intense.
The last one smelled like it was going to be a traditional like IPA.
Yeah.
This one I don't smell anything. To be honest with you.
Okay.
Alright, it's a whole.
All right, cool. You can't play it. So
It's a whole album.
all right.
I can't find the song.
Cheers. Sucks
All
to
right.
suck.
Cheers. Cheers, Benjamin.
All right, cheers to you, by the way. I try not to fuck with it. Unless it's scream element is good.
I'm sure it's going to scream.
Yeah, okay.
I was like, where are the words?
I think they're coming eventually. And that song was all about the silent screams.
This one I think is a little more bitter
Mm-hmm.
than the first one.
Definitely more bitter.
And less flavorful.
And less flavorful. It's the worst of the two.
It's got a stupid name.
You're really hating the name.
Like
Memories
Hope Springs
change
Eternal
shit.
or whatever the fuck it says.
Springs Eternal, whatever the fuck it says.
Isn't it the
Memories
exact...
change their shape.
Whatever.
Same thing, not.
Totally the same.
That's hilarious.
Wishful thinking, button slips.
Maybe they want your memories to change shape. They want you to taste this, and then when you go to buy it again, remember that you liked it.
Nailed it.
but when in reality,
Nailed it.
it sucks.
Reality is not very good. So again, for me, especially with there's going to be a very fine line of what I can tolerate and like. This one's on the other side of that line for me. Like I don't like this really, and it's not a real big difference between the two, other than more bitter, less flavor. So
Huge difference.
well, I think in the scale it's not a big difference, but it's just enough of a difference to push this over the edge for me, who doesn't like this brand of beer. I don't like this. I can tolerate the last one, enjoy it. I don't like this. I will not tolerate this. I will not have more.
I actually think IPA fans would like this more.
I'm sure
because
they-
it's a little bit more
Maybe.
of that bitterness.
I think it might be more closer on that scale for sure.
Both of these beers have lactose in them, and they're keep cold, drink fresh beers.
Notified. But that's important. That's important details. Thank you, Benjamin.
I mean, we found out the hard way.
Yeah,
We
like,
didn't
so that stuff I poured out at the end of the can that was sitting down there,
Was the lactose?
that would have been all the white flaky stuff from last week.
So that is supposed to
that's
look
the white
frothy,
sediment
so
stuff.
it's supposed to look jizzy, not...
It's supposed to look
Not sea monkey-ish?
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
It looks like a freaking male seahorse gave birth.
But.
How's it?
Can't wait until you walk into school one day and one of your kids like, "Hey, Mr. Wade," blah, blah, blah.
I like now see what's giving birth. And they were like, are you two like champions of charades?
Hey,
Like,
Coach Wade, how does the male seahorse give birth again?
That's the Q face giving birth. O face is the beginning, Q is the end. That's what I was talking about.
Someday. If anyone can tell me what male seahorses sound like and look like when they give birth, I'll let you all off 15 minutes early.
We had this is funny. I'm going to tell a quick story. So the year of COVID, we couldn't meet or do a lot, so we had to meet virtually. And then we did eventually get out into the field, but during one of our virtual practices, with the coaches, like, all right, guys, practice over, see you guys later. All the kids log off. This one kid sticks around. He's a new kid, never met before. I won't say his name, but he's this like tiny little Indian kid. And we're like, hey, bud. He goes, coach, I got some questions. Like, all right, what you got, bud? And then he starts asking, like, hey, have you ever played before? He goes, no, but I'm going to really give it my best. We're like, all right, cool. He goes, now, don't expect me to be a professional. We're like, you're all good, bud. Don't worry about it. So, like, this kid comes on the team. Obviously, he stinks. He's not very physically good. But He stays on the team. He's a good kid. He doesn't cause any problems. So give him a jersey. Life is good. This is around the same time the Mars rover has landed, whatever. So our head coach.
This makes it seem like we were born in like 1963.
It feels like it, but it was 3 years ago.
Oh, you know the Mars rover landed in 1983.
Well, it was 3 years ago. So
no, I understand.
We didn't have a podcast yet.
No.
That's a long time.
That's a long time. So
that's like the reference that like our parents made.
Yes.
Like when, you remember in 1969?
Yes. Remember the Mars? Right. Remember the Mars rover?
Yes.
You remember COVID? No, but so the coach will do kind of something like, all right, guys, if you can answer this question, we won't kiss your river. And a lot of the questions are mostly silly, like when was the War of 1812? Obviously, it was 1812. What happened when the Germans bombed Pearl Harbor? Nothing. They didn't bomb Pearl Harbor.
Who fought in the Spanish-American War?
Exactly. Those sort of things. So he goes, all right, guys, who can tell me? And this is actually a real question. What the temperature on Mars that was registered by the Mars rover? This kid in the back, hand shoots straight up, and he goes, "Do you know?" He goes, "Oh yeah, I do." And he answered it right. I don't remember what the number was, and he was totally right. And the kids went bananas. They were like hoisting up the air. They're like, "Yeah!" They didn't even know this kid's name for crying out loud, but he got the question right. They got out of condition. Rudy, basically. And we were just joking as coach, like, this kid's like Super Bowl, like he's getting his ass kicked to practice, but he finally got a science question. He goes, "This is my time to shine. Yes. I know the answer."
It's the reason I was here.
Literally, that's right.
If I was like the star quarterback, I would literally have gotten just one of the found him or anybody who had any interest in football. Who was super good at trivia, and just put them on a team.
You're going to back quarterback. You're not going to ever play, but here you go, bud.
Just to answer, the backup quarterback, just to answer the trivia question so we can get out of practice early.
The best part is everyone from that team remembers that day.
100%. It'll live in infamy forever. Yes. So, I don't even remember why I brought that story up, but I feel like I had to tell it.
On his school.
On his bad beer. No, this is not great for me. I think, again, Dan mentioned it. I think he's right. IPA and hazy drinkers will probably dig this. Probably a little bit more than the last one. But for me, my palate, it doesn't mix well. So while other IPA guys will like it, I like it less. Especially in the first one. Pretty significantly. It does have a good alcohol content. It doesn't have a super bad lingering taste. So it's not like undrinkable where we've had other undrinkable beers on the show. But it's extra bittery, not a lot of flavor. So for me, I'm going to go pretty low here. I'm going to go 6 flat.
Okay.
Weird.
Yeah, actually, as much as I liked the other one, this one, it had a hint of that same flavor. I think it was the lactose, but everything else I just really didn't like that much from it. It's a 6.8 for me.
Okay. Yeah.
So yeah, as far as hazy IPAs go, this isn't not my favorite.
I'm going 6.5 for this one. It's a bland IPA that's heavily bittered, which sucks. So
it has a little flavor to it, but that bitterness takes the flavor.
It has a little flavor, but it's more bland than flavorful.
The bitterness fights the flavor hard.
Correct. And as opposed to the first beer, which was all flavor, no bitter, and if there was any bitter, the flavor counteracted that bitter. I can see why that goes 12.39 and that goes 12.41. You know what I mean? Like that one came out before this one.
They made their improvements.
And they made their improvements. All right, on to a local guy, Key Brewing. Old school, McShane, Irish Red.
Boom.
If this isn't red, I'm going to be pissed. Tight. Amber style.
So it was like a Droid Theory. Are they like a heavy metal brewery?
Brewery? I would assume
Brewery?
so.
A brewery?
Well, the, Immolation was the band name of the other one. Mm-hmm. And that's the beer name. So I think they might be either, if not sponsored, they're diehard fans.
There's a lot to this beer. Okay, so before I pour it, this beer was designed by the Dundalk Bay Brewery and Distilling in Dundalk, County in Louth, Ireland. It is
Shout out.
a traditional Irish red ale using malt in the Loughrane Family Malt Company, also of Dundalk, Ireland. Irish reds are slightly malty with a soft toffee caramel sweetness and a touch of roasted dryness in the finish. This has a lot of history. It's actually kind of cool. Apparently, the Kew Brewing Company has a lot of Irish ties and kind of themes and recipes and stuff like that. So I'm actually super now. I was already excited, but now I'm like even more excited.
Key Brewery might be a little hole in the wall spot for a potential.
Have we enjoyed their stuff? I
St.
can't.
Patty's
I'll be honest.
Day.
I can't recall.
But that might be a St. Patty's Day thing if they
It might be.
they're Irish. Especially with Guinness doing the full month of St. Patty's Day, we could actually go to St. Patty's Day
In that spot.
at that spot, and then
And
still
next year, St.
enjoy
Patty's Day, I
Guinness.
believe, is a Saturday.
So we're going hardcore.
As hard as we can.
We're going ham and cheese.
No Italian dive bars.
I literally not let them hear it. I've never.
No, I haven't seen Rachel since, and I plan on making fun
I've
of her.
texted them every single day since then.
Hey, remember we went to
Remember
Italian
when we
shit bar?
sucked ass?
Italian shitty bar. Okay.
That's good as fuck.
It's very smooth. Definitely you feel the dryness at the end for sure. I think the description hit it where it gets kind of dry at the end.
So it's a nice depth of flavors. Like it's very
It's almost sophisticated.
it's
You know?
it almost does feel like a little high class.
Like I can't chug this. I gotta like enjoy this.
I just did and it was delicious. But it almost has like a mouthfeel of like a high end like tea almost.
Yeah. Fermented tea. Now, it's only 5.5, so it's not a ton of alcohol.
It's an all dayer though.
This is an all-dayer for sure.
This is like something that like it's like since the days are getting like they're still cool, but like they're getting a little bit warmer out. Like
Mhm.
this is easily something that I feel like a spring fall day I can drink all day of. Like it might still be a little bit too heavy, mouthfeel wise in the summer when it's hot as fuck out. You know what I mean?
Yep.
But autumn day, brisk, like nice early spring day. Like this is perfect for the next couple of weeks
Yeah, like this is a great March, April beer.
for sure.
Once you get past the draft to OTAs, you gotta kind of switch it up.
Yeah.
But this can carry you to the draft.
Summertime is really about the lighter the beer, the better.
Yeah, like shandies and things like that.
Like I'm not
Seltzers.
going to Guinness at all in the summer.
That's not the move.
No.
Seltzers,
Seltzers,
Summer
light
shandies.
beers, golden ales,
Yeah.
all that shit.
those are your moves. Actually, while I was at
A summer shandy by Leinenkirchel when it's like hot as fuck out
probably pretty good.
is so fucking good.
I've never had it, but it sounds pretty good. Actually, while I was at Wine Culture, they had, again, this is kind of random, but they had a can of Jack whiskey and Coke. It was a pre-made
Yeah.
Jack and Coke, and I almost got it, but I figured there were two name brandy. Like it was probably pretty good.
Jack does that. Jack and Coke. They do it with their Jack Honey. And then
Okay.
they do it another one. It's like a Jack and Coke, a Jack and Ginger, and then a Jack Honey and something. I forgot what they mix it with though. But it's like they do
Makes
it,
sense.
They do a 3-4 pack style situation.
I'm digging this.
I like it as well.
Now I'm not like in love with it, but it's different. I this, you know what I mean? Like it has some good flavor. It's not super bitter.
Yeah, I had to really sit on this.
Yeah, you do have to kind of contemplate it because Dan's right. It's complex. Like
Yeah.
there's a lot. There's
At first
layers
I was
to
like,
this.
it's not much. It's whatever, and then each sip,
You're like,
a little bit more.
a little bit
and
more.
It is complex, and it's like this is pretty good.
yeah.
I like it,
I do.
and I could definitely sit there. And this is something I could drink all day, and I think I'm gonna enjoy it. As like each sip, I'll just
And then
Like,
the
oh,
other thing
yeah,
is
it's good.
this can
Don't
was
fuck.
$2.89 cost at Wine and Culture.
I love
so-
that.
that's much better than.
I mean, that's what you get. Like
normally pay.
it's almost like buying a Coke at 7-Eleven. Almost. You know what I mean? It's
I
all
mean, you're
serious.
probably spending $6.50, $7 on a 6-pack when you get the full thing instead of buying individually.
Yeah, which is
That's
nuts. Yeah. So super cheap. Balances the craft. I think there's like There's something to it. There's
also,
definitely something
Steve
to it.
Brewing is a local spot. They're pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
They're probably in the conversation for best brewers, one of the best brewers in Maryland as well.
No, I can't say that. I've had many of the beers.
I think it's good, but the problem is Maryland has really, at least as we've witnessed the last few years, has really stepped their brewing game up. And there's a lot of Hall of Fame brewer companies.
I honestly think Maryland's like the mecca of brewing.
It feels that way.
Just because we kind of started it back in the day with like Frisco's Tap House was kind of like, that was like the first, I think one of the first places in like the country that had 100 taps and shit like that, you know what I mean? And wasn't Phoenix the first, like one of the first?
And Phoenix was unique in that aspect as well, for sure.
But weren't they like the first one in the country that had like 150 taps?
They might.
Or something like that?
I think you're on to something. I don't remember the exact details, but as you say that, it's starting to come back to it. I remember them kind of spouting that.
Right. I feel like I remember something like that.
We used to go there for trivia before the floods. I got on the wall where you do like their beer challenge.
Yeah.
Hear that, Lamar? They got 150 taps in Phoenix.
Well, the Phoenix isn't there anymore, but yeah, it's now Phoenix Upper, and they don't have nearly as many taps there.
Phoenix Upper sucks.
All
okay.
right, do I do some scores?
See.
Okay.
You hear about Phoenix, like a bar around here?
Yeah,
An oldie
Exactly.
bro.
Thought you were talking about Phoenix, Arizona.
Right.
Sorry, Lamar, that made no sense.
Yeah, I didn't know where you're going with that.
Never thought you were talking about Arizona.
How dare you?
I forgot Phoenix is a bar in
Old DC, yeah.
Yeah.
It's at the bottom of the hill where all the flooding happened.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
Fucking love the Phoenix.
Yeah, it's pretty dope.
It was
I've been there a
awesome.
few times.
The dance room above, we call it the Boom Boom Room.
Yeah.
There was a stripper pole right in the middle. There was at least 3 marriages in Howard that started in the Boom Boom Room. Swear to God.
Boom, boom, boom.
Yeah.
Won't say well.
There's like a couch that people like just sit on to make out. It's like it's so weird.
Ooh, it's the makeout couch.
To be young. In my 20s going up there. So fun.
So I don't listen. I'm like, man, you guys know a lot about like the taps and where they like who got the most taps first. Like the fact that Phoenix, Arizona got 150 a place with 150 taps before anyone else in the world is like that. Both of you know that. That's pretty crazy. That's straight up where my mind was the entire conversation.
Like Phoenix, Arizona?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. Okay.
Never been there in my life.
Whew, alright, scores.
I was like, this must have been like a really big article that I missed.
Alright, so again, I really enjoy this beer, but I'll say this, it doesn't distinguish itself as an elite beer. So I'm not going to go to that threshold, I'm going to go right to the edge of it though. I'll go 7.9.
Oh, wow.
Okay. And you guys like to throw in your 8s like they're sluts, but some of us over here have a little more class.
This is a 7.3 for me.
Okay.
Really good beer.
Mm-hmm.
I'd drink it again.
Yep.
I'd even go all the way to Phoenix, an old elegant city, to drink one. Go ahead, Dan.
I'm going 7.9 just like Tyler.
Okay.
This is dope. This is good. I liked it. Refreshing. Pretty good beer. I'm gonna do that thing.
Yes, sir.
What was it? 5.5%.
Alright.
Alright, so that wraps up a fair, solid Bellinger Beverages.
Hell yeah, it was good.
Yeah, it was good. So, just only Dan's week stinks so far.
I should just stop paying.
No, you get another crack at it. No worries. So next week, we'll head to our boy, Benjamin Augustus. It'll be his turn. And we'll see what he does. Are you gonna do we have enough for a fridge series?
I'll bring something in.
Okay, fair enough.
I
Cool.
don't think we have anything in there.
All right, that'll be fun. So, now we're gonna head into a newish
Jameson
segment.
Grape.
What'd you say?
I'm gonna bring Jameson Grape.
That's probably
They
delicious.
don't have it. It's not a real thing.
Well, no, with that attitude,
I'm
let's
gonna
invent it. Yeah.
Okay.
I have a week.
Concord grape in there. Just reported it.
Ben
Welch's.
just smashing grapes in his room
Yeah.
with his feet.
Why is his arms gonna be this way?
He's keeping his balance. He's
I have
fucking
my
mashing
balance,
the
bro.
grapes,
So-
Why
bro.
doesn't he just stand with his arms there and smash it? He doesn't need a balance.
Bro, have you ever seen those people?
So I wouldn't be like this because I would have a long balancing pole the whole time to keep me well balanced.
Yeah, they're just stomping around. They're
Yeah,
not.
and they're holding on to something. They're keeping their arms up to keep
I
their balance.
don't think that's true.
No,
Yes, it
that's
is. Look it
100%
up. Watch a movie.
It was on The Bachelor one time where they smashed grapes on a date. And as you guys know, I love The Bachelor. I don't recall them holding on to anything.
They're
or
holding on
anything.
to each other.
All right.
Damn right they were. They cute-faced on those grapes. All right, moving on. So we're heading into a newish segment. So we don't have a name for.
Well, we're mixing.
Well, here
mixing the other thing.
Right. So basically, what we're doing is instead of giving like our Mount Rushmore or top 5 or whatever, because we just had a lot of overlap with the topics. And we'll be honest and blunt. Other shows and podcasts have done this. We're just stealing it from them.
Oh, snake draft is like a big thing right
Yeah,
now.
so
Everybody's doing a snake draft. So
right.
now we're doing it.
So we're
doing it too.
Yeah, exactly. And listen, and I'm not ashamed of this. People talk about this in the business all the time. You steal things from other people. No shame, no whatever. So what we're going to do is we still have
in the draft, so why not draft it?
Exactly. So we picked the topic still, and we're going to snake draft it. Again, we don't have a real super name for this topic. Maybe we come up with one, but I do think this is going to be fun moving forward. One, because like Ben said, we like drafting, we like sports, this adds on with that. And two, it also, we don't have to overlap. We can kind of hit on the whole topic altogether. So in honor of John Wick 4 coming out and being a smashing success, we're going to do a Keanu Reeves draft. Obviously, the three of us growing up in the 90s and 2000s, Keanu Reeves is a superstar. You know, involved in 2 very, very big, successful franchises, along with a ton of other very successful movies. So we figured we're going to do what we do and have a draft and pick our favorite Keanu Reeves movies, and then kind of maybe talk about at the end who we feel has the best team.
Oh, yeah.
So now, to determine the order, Dan has a randomizer
So
that'll pick the order.
this is going to be determining the order in which we pick.
Right.
Where we want to pick.
Okay. That's
So if we spin this wheel and your name comes up,
You can
you
pick.
can pick the second pick, and that's on the board. And then me and you can only pick from the first and last pick.
Naturally.
Got it? All
Got
right,
it.
Here we go.
Here
So
we
I
go.
put everything, all 3 of our names. We each
Click.
have a 33%.
2, spin.
Click to spin.
I want sound effects in the final edit of this, by the way.
All right, Augustus, what do you want?
I'll take the first pick.
Overall?
Yeah,
All right.
overall.
All right. All right, Dangerman, between you and I,
Mhm.
who gets to
I
pick?
assumed I was going to be picking A from the TA. I was going to be picking second the whole time.
That's fair.
Me, I'll take the last pick.
Okay.
So the
second.
order
I'll go
goes.
second.
So the order goes Ben, Tyler, Danny, Matt,
And then me to Ben.
and then me,
Boom, boom, boom. Boom,
Tyler,
boom, boom.
Ben,
Right.
and then we're back to.
Yep. Okay, cool.
All right. So
All right, Benjamin. Start us off, big guy.
Oh, all
and
right.
actually, hold on. Let me.
This should be pretty easy.
What's
Yeah,
this guy's
there is-
name again?
Dracula.
So in my opinion, there's only one. There's only one of one.
I mean, everyone knows what I'm going to say.
Casino.
So she's damn it, Tyler.
1, 2, 3,
1,
casino.
2, 3, casino.
For sure.
That was when we did our Mafia movies.
Yes.
Correct.
See, that wouldn't have happened if we would have been doing
That's
that.
true. That's true. Also, a draft because Mafia movies would have been pretty badass.
Yes.
All right, so Ben, what you got, bud? Your first pick
There's
of the
so
Keanu
many,
Reeves draft.
There's so many decisions. So
Okay.
many movies he's done. This is a
Okay.
really
Sure.
hard pick.
Keep going.
Okay, it's the Matrix.
Yeah, there you go.
Well, which one?
Number 1.
Thank you. That's the only
said
pick
there
that's
wasn't-
1 of 1. In my
There
opinion.
was the Andrew Luck in this year's draft.
Yeah. Well,
That was
Yes,
Yeah.
correct. In my opinion.
Yeah.
the Peyton man, they can't miss.
Can't
he
miss.
was the guy.
no, that's true.
It
Listen,
is
this
Matrix. From here on, it can go any order.
Sure.
It gets crazy.
you can.
He has great movies, but it can go anywhere.
No, I
agree
think
with
The
that.
Matrix is probably his biggest, by far, cultural movie.
He
Between the fight scenes and everything else, like it's pretty spectacular what that movie's been able to do.
I mean, it was game changing. Almost not quite to the effect of like Star Wars with its graphics and what it did on the big screen, but it's fight, like you said, it's fight scenes, and everything the Matrix did.
Right.
It changed the movie business.
That was
He's worth an estimated like 370 million. He made 200 million just off the Matrix movies.
That sounds about right.
Over half of his wealth has come from the Matrix movies.
Just at 3 or like all of it, like the
All
anime?
of,
Okay.
I think
Yeah.
all of them. I don't. It might
Because
be
there's
some
four.
three,
There's
but there's a
there's
fourth.
fourth.
now.
There's 4. They
And
just
there's
came out with like a
animation.
4th movie, and then there's like 2 animated.
There's
movies.
4, yeah.
Yeah, there's 4 live action ones. But yeah, I mean, most people know him as Neo from The Matrix
The Chosen.
over everything else. And
Yes.
in my opinion, or not in my opinion, but from my memory, that was like the first of those sci-fi style movies where maybe Alien and Predator were kind of like that, but this was more like immersed in my like scene.
Yeah, that was more like there's a monster kind
Yeah.
of thing, so it's a little different. But I hear kind of, but this was more sci-fi because of
And this was like the
those,
first time.
like a different universe, different
This
world.
is like the first concept this is like, I know every story is only 6 stories. Like this is like I guess Neo was like the hero. This is like a common story, but this was like the first time this story was done in this style.
Yeah.
And I liked it. I thought the other world was cool. It was dope.
Yeah, and it messes with your mind a little. Makes you think about stuff.
Is it real?
Life and
Correct.
Is it real?
Is the world
And which pill would you take?
100%.
also heard that evidently this movie had kind of been rewritten and reworked a couple times, and it was at one point rewritten for Sandra Bullock to be the star
Ooh,
and female lead character,
interesting.
and then like 8 big time actors turned this down, like super mega star. Like Brad Pitt, Tom Cruise, like guys like that turned this movie down.
Said no. Interesting.
And it came down to Keanu, and I forget the other person's name.
Matt Damon.
It might have been. It might have been.
It's that time. It's that time for him. All right, cool. Well, that's a good one, Ben. Obviously, I feel like that's kind of a expected one.
Well, my team's looking pretty good.
Looking very strong from the start.
All right, Tyler, where are you going with this?
I'm gonna try not to be too recency biased here, but I'm gonna go John Wick 4.
Oh, you're going John Wick 4?
John Wick 4.
Four?
And I saw John Wick 4. Have you guys seen it?
No.
Okay. I love John Wick 4. I actually think it's the best of that franchise.
What?
I love John Wick 4.
I heard people who had like 2 above 1 and different crazy things.
No,
Where
that-
they're going.
I disagree with those people pretty
I've
hard.
heard people that say 3 is the best one.
See,
No, I
Same,
don't know.
yeah.
3's the worst one.
I mean,
to me, it was. But
No. Okay, we're gonna talk about that.
We're giving away.
Yeah, we
John
are.
Wick. Stop doing that. Dave's
Sorry.
gonna get mad.
I know, Dan's gonna mad. So no, John Wick 4. So I partially love John Wick 4 because the action it's one of the best action movies I've ever seen as far as the choreographed, the fighting.
John Wick.
So the director of John Wick 4 is Keanu Reeves' stunt double, who was his stunt double in the Matrix series stuff.
Okay.
So he like a lot of the stunts that you see Keanu do in the Matrix is actually the director of John Wick. So I love that aspect of that guy because he knows obviously how choreographed and fight scenes go. You can see the detail that goes into those during this movie. I love John Wick 4. If anybody hasn't seen it, please go see it. It's dominated the box office.
It's your second favorite.
It's my second favorite Keanu Reeves
movie
yes.
of all time.
Correct. It's my number 2 on the board. John Wick 4 is awesome. It's a get your popcorn, get your soda, and just enjoy the ride for X amount of hours. I love John Wick 4. It's my favorite. Now, I think the other John Wicks are good. There's definitely a pecking order though, and for me, John Wick 4 is the top of that pecking order, and is my second favorite Keanu Reeves movie. I love John Wick 4. I could not have loved it more.
See, when I
Holy
saw,
shit.
I always said when we talked about like Top Gun Maverick was one of the few movies I could say is the sequel's better than the original.
Yeah, I can
And
definitely
you're
say
saying the fourth is even
the
better.
4th is better. Yes.
That
The
never,
action,
that
like,
never happened.
When you see it, well, not many movie franchises go that deep because so ultimately you're right. It doesn't ever happen.
But also Keanu Reeves being who he is and the work he puts into everything.
Yeah.
He works harder and harder on
Well, he
every movie
apparently
he
did
does.
90% of the stunts in this movie.
Yeah, it's unreal.
No, in fact, so the stunt double, he was really big in the subway scene in the Matrix.
Mm.
In fact, he actually tore his ACL while filming that scene, and then still finished the movie with the torn ACL because he couldn't let him recover, and you also couldn't let Keanu do the stunts. He wasn't ready for that. So I kind of have a little affiliation for this guy. But no, I love John Wick 4, so that's my first pick.
Yeah, you can't have Keanu carrying his.
Wow. John Wick 4.
When I said it could go anywhere, I did not think it was going
Yeah.
there.
Yeah. All right.
Oh my god. Well, okay.
That makes me feel good because one of my movies is making it back to me.
There you go. Well, most of your movies will make back to you. It's only 3 of us. How deep are we going again? We said 5. 5, okay.
5 each. Total
All right.
15 movies.
All right. Well, I didn't expect it to go this way because I thought, well, I'd still go with what I thought because I thought Tyler would have won a different way.
Mm.
But my first movie off the board is going to be the first movie I was introduced to Keanu with, and that's Point Break.
Okay. That was a little lower on mine, but it's a good one.
Good old Johnny Utah. Movie's been remade a couple times. I actually love every iteration of Point Break. I think it's fucking awesome. But if you don't know, it's FBI agent has to go undercover with an extreme sports
and ex-Ohio State quarterback.
Sorry. Ex-Ohio State quarterback.
It's
Is
funny
he an
how
Ohio State fan? Because isn't he?
Because he's in the replacements.
Shut the fuck up!
Everyone knew exactly what you're talking about.
The replacements, he's an Ohio State quarterback.
Okay, but I'm saying you're tipping picks.
That's not tipping anything.
Yes.
That's the plot of the movie.
No, dumbass. The replacements is tipping a pick.
He's just saying
What?
that he's also a Ohio State quarterback.
And then replacements.
Everyone has
That's all I'm
replacements on
saying.
their list. It's just when you take it.
I'm saying,
How's that tipping pick?
bro, because tipping picks is saying movies that haven't been drafted when we're drafting still.
I'm not saying it's my third movie.
But we've already
Okay, but it doesn't
mentioned John Wick
matter
1, 2,
where
3.
you...
Right, you mentioned John Wick 1, 2, 3.
Because you mentioned John Wick and they're the fucking same title for 1 through 4, dude.
I think you're way overreacting on this. That
Bro,
I'm not
the
tipping
quarterback
anything.
went to the same
Stop.
college.
Yeah.
Okay, bro, don't say any title of any movie. Why are you saying picks?
Because it's ironic that he's an Ohio State quarterback in 2 movies. It's interesting.
Okay, well,
And it's
wait.
I know. And it's not tipping a pick.
hey, bring that point up after the replacements is picked.
Okay.
I have a point made that I'm going to make after a different movie is picked because it interacts with John Wick 4 and a fucking other movie that I don't want to say anything about because it hasn't been picked yet.
Hey, do you think that we don't know the movies?
No, guy, but I'm saying
He
someone...
just doesn't want you to change your ranks to take a movie because something was said.
I promise you I'm not. But okay.
Oh, I don't care if you are. You're not the only one in the room, guy. Everyone else is in the room, too.
You're the only one.
But
that
you're
thinks
not
this
the
is a
only one
thing.
drafting.
I know, but you're the only one that thinks people are tipping anything right now.
Every
I got
time...
my movies ranked already.
Yeah, same here.
Whichever
Every
one
time
I'm
just
I
calling
watch,
taking.
every
That's
time
literally
I
all I'm
watch
doing,
a snake
exactly.
draft and people tip picks,
But this
This
isn't a
gets in
tipping
a-
of a pick. It's just a
it
nugget
is
of a
because
movie.
it's a fucking pick.
No, it's a
that's
nugget of a movie. That's all that
Okay,
is.
and I'm saying say
That's
your
not tipping
nugget.
a pick.
Okay, guys, say your nugget, but allude to the movie. Don't say the movie. We all know that you're referencing the replacements when you say that. You don't need
Right.
to tip it.
But that's not tipping. You're wrong on this. You're so off on that. It's not tipping at all.
And if we all knew, then
The pick hasn't been drafted.
I know, but
the pick hasn't been drafted.
am I crazy here, Ben?
But if we all knew exactly what movie he was talking about, then what's the difference in just saying the movie title at that point?
But am I also crazy? Like, are you now like altered in your order by saying that was the nugget?
You
of the movie?
also need to realize
you?
that we're going to not be the only one. When we have guests in here, we're going to be bringing guests on. Are you going to be keep tipping picks to our fucking guests
I'm
that
not-
are going to be doing that
no,
shit too?
we've all established this is not tipping
Yes.
a pick.
Okay, well, you saying we all established is not correct. Because
Okay,
I'm
2 of the
establishing...
3. So
Well,
you're the minority in this.
all right, Dave, well...
The next time we do this, we just take the actor and we just say the name of the first 30 movies that we think
And we
of.
pick from the first
And
30
then,
movies.
and then there's no tipping of picks because we said every movie.
I don't think we're tipping picks to begin with, but
God.
okay. Again, Ben, am I crazy here? Am I tipping?
I get what Dan's saying, but I don't think you're that crazy, no.
All right.
There's 3 of us. We have our orders. We have our movies ordered. I'm
Yeah.
not going to take one
Correct, but
just
if
because
I
it was
don't...
mentioned.
Correct, but if I now know his order...
You don't know my order.
Right, but
Exactly.
if I
So
say...
what are we talking about?
That one, he just mentioned that in his other movie where he plays a quarterback, he's also from Ohio State.
All right.
Yeah. There's no order at all.
Regardless of how I feel, I'm 2 out of 3 on this, so it's all good. Moving on, my second pick, started the second round. Point Break was my first pick.
Yes.
I want to go John Wick 1.
Okay.
Started the John Wick franchise, which arguably rejuvenized his career. He almost got like a second,
Second win.
he's almost got a second coming out party. Like Matrix was his first coming out party. John Wick 1 was almost like,
This is yeah.
oh
like,
fuck, Keanu's still here.
Yeah.
Big
Almost
action
like
stars,
Robert Downey
super
Jr. with Iron
big
Man.
stars.
Correct,
Yeah.
correct. But didn't come back from a scandal. It was still okay.
Yeah,
was still a
doing
good
drugs and shit.
But
Yeah.
before John Wick, he had like,
He has some down years.
he had a bunch of like,
But was still like the nicest person ever and didn't do anything wrong.
Right.
correct. But he had like,
To be
so,
honest with you, I think it's because he's like, and I mentioned this before we started filming, he's not really a great actor. So you have to kind of definitely have a specific role for him. He's limited.
He's
as an
not a
actor.
great actor. He's amazing.
He's a superstar, which is different than a good actor.
Correct.
You know what I mean?
Shut your mouth.
like he's, because like arguably his worst movie that he did was like 2 movies right before John Wick. and it was 47 Ronin. I know no one's gonna pick that.
Yeah.
That was one of the worst movies of all
It's
time.
on my list.
You're stupid.
But I have 20-something movies on
I
my
was gonna
list.
say 47 Ronin was arguably the worst movie of all time, but he did that right before he did John Wick.
Yeah,
It was
yeah.
just like people were still remembering 47 Ronin was just like, oh, this fucking guy's a loser. Has no idea what he's doing anymore. And then fucking John Wick.
Yeah, he was also the
Dog got
cat,
kidnapped.
He was also the cat and Keanu. The Key
Yes.
Field.
Yes.
Like, so like, yeah, so like, he definitely had some like some weak sense, some lean years.
Don't tip the movies, Tyler.
Okay.
I was going to take Keanu.
You were
Now
definitely.
it's off
Were
the
you
list.
really?
There's zero chance we're taking
Off the
you.
lists.
I don't believe you.
I just scratched it off.
You scratched off paper. Okay. All right, so it's my pick now. Right?
Yes.
All right, cool.
You.
All right, so I'm going to kind of leave his franchises. I know
Nice.
Dan went Point Break, but my number, and this is my number three, so I feel pretty good about this.
Yeah.
I'm going to go Devil's Advocate.
Ooh,
okay.
nice.
I love the Devil's Advocate. One, I just love Al Pacino, but also like I just love like law firms and courtroom dramas, things like that. But this has a little twist to it because there's a also Charlize Theron's in this, and she's like one of the best looking people on the
Smoke
planet.
show.
Where so it has a little twist to it where there is a, and you can see this in a lot of his movies. There's a I don't even know how to describe it. It like Devil's not sci-fi, is it? Like, or is that more as a fantasy? Religion is that a thing? Okay, so there's a religious aspect where like he's working for the devil and things like and Al Pacino, and he moves. He's this young hotshot lawyer from Florida, moves to New York. So like there's a lot of elements to this that I really enjoy. And again, watching him pair up with Al Pacino and two heavyweights is really cool. So I really dug this movie. It's definitely one of his older movies. He's super young in it.
It's one I was talking about that like I haven't seen it. I saw it once and it was forever ago.
Yeah.
I really want to go back. I didn't have time. I
Go
really
back and watch it. It's high quality.
great
I'm glad you took it because I knew it was one of his better movies.
Yes.
But I didn't feel comfortable taking it because it's been so long since I've seen it.
Agreed.
So Devil's Advocate for me is my second pick.
Hell yeah. That's a good pick.
Well, I feel pretty happy right now.
You get 2 picks.
I get 2 picks.
Yes.
And not only that, my number 2 movie is still on the board.
There you go.
And this is my introduction to Keanu Reeves.
Oh.
And one of my favorite movies when I was younger. I was afraid you were going to take it.
Oh, I think I'm going to
Although
go.
I love Point Break. I'm going with Speed.
There you go. That's where I thought you were going. Yep.
Amazing movie.
Mhm.
Absolutely love it.
I was
just watching a clip of the scene where he steals the guy's car and he's driving down the highway trying to catch up the bus, and it's one of my favorite scenes ever.
Mm-hmm.
He asks him, "Are you insured?" He goes, "Yeah, I'm insured." He just slams on the brakes and rips the door off. And then the whole time he's driving so fast, the guy's just going, "Woo shit, woo shit, woo shit." And it fucking gets me every time. My brother and I still do that to each other, so I was like, "Woo shit, like, calm down." And dude, amazing movie.
Yeah, it's such a good original idea too.
Yes.
And they did a good job getting a superstar female actress in Sandra Bullock.
Yes.
Second Sandra Bullock reference. So it was kind of cool to see them super paired together. Again, they're both pretty young at this point, so they're definitely ascending, but they still at this point are stars.
This is one of the first times. This is one of his first like superstar.
I believe
movies.
this is post Matrix.
Yes.
Yeah.
No, this was pre-Matrix.
Was it?
Speed was in '94.
Oh wow.
Matrix was '99.
Yeah.
This
There
is
you
5
go.
years
around.
Okay.
I went and wrote the years for every movie.
Well done.
So I should have that. Devil's Advocate '97.
97. There you go.
This is all the pre-Matrix stuff.
Yeah. So
That's actually even more impressive. You got
But
this wrong.
Speed, one of my all-time favorites.
It's a good one. It's a classic. All right, you're up again.
And this next pick is hard for me because there's some movies that I really like that probably won't get back to me.
Trying to think. Oh wait, no, I think I know where you're going.
But this one is one of my all-time favorite, just movies in general.
Oh, I know where you're going.
And that's Hardball.
Oh wow!
Okay.
Hardball.
I mean,
G-Baby.
It's one of my favorites.
It's definitely all
I
in
bet you're
my
going with your other favorite.
Baseball. Yeah, that's some of my top 5 island picks too. But
it's on my big board.
But
It's a little lower, but it's on my big board.
I know.
Whoa.
I don't know.
Do not disrespect G-Baby like that.
I was
See,
just
I don't
saying.
understand how this isn't one of his higher rated movies. On a lot of the lists, it's not up as high either. And
This is
I
actually
do
a
that
little-
rating my movies that, this one, it's a little further down his list to most people, but Hardball, man, it was,
It's just not like a highly rated movie in general.
yeah, it's crazy.
I love that
I
movie.
absolutely
I
love that movie. Just the gambling aspect, the whole he digs himself out of, the kids in the baseball team, G-Baby, the whole story, not just his overcoming. His part is small compared to the kids he's helping out and what they're going through, and it's an amazing movie.
No, it's high quality. Who's the chick in it? Is it Diane Lane?
I do forget.
I think Diane Lane is the like his girlfriend or whatever.
No, it's
what is it? Yeah, no, it's Diane Lane.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah, you're good. Mike B. Jordan's in it as a young kid.
Yeah, Jamal.
No, but like also just like baseball movies in general, always gonna have a soft spot in our hearts.
Yes.
So that's
Big thing, baseball.
And it was pretty good baseball. Like
yeah,
it was one thing named after like African tribes. Wasn't that kind of the? I think so.
Yeah, the Columbus and
I'm certain.
I think that's what it was.
Okay.
But
I love the scene. When...
like, and also I like when the hero has his vices and flaws.
Yes.
And he kind of like grows and develops with his storyline.
Yeah.
So and obviously with his gambling vice.
In there, he kind of has his win where he can go any way he wants.
Right.
He can jump back into it. He can take off. He can do whatever he wants.
Yeah.
He makes a quote unquote right decision, but it's amazing movie, powerful movie.
Agreed. Hardball in the third round.
I love the scene when he's in the bar and the scene. I love it when you call me Big Papa, and he gets the whole fucking bar going and just going crazy.
That's good.
It's amazing.
Okay. All right, cool.
Tyler,
All right, so my next one.
Third round.
I'm gonna kind of stick with the franchises in this one. I'm gonna go John Wick 2.
Yeah.
All right, John Wick 2. Still not. It's actually not. I think as good as a couple of the other ones, but it's still such a fantastic franchise. Again, it's just one of those movies where the storyline's not super complicated. You can just, like I said, get a big bowl of popcorn and watch a bunch of people die in like glorious fashion. Like I think 1,000 people died, which is totally fine. So I really enjoyed that.
He's definitely killed a nation in a 4 movie.
Give or take. What was the one movie we saw like all Prague died? Remember we joked about that?
Mission Impossible, I believe, right? No.
It was
it was the
Chris Evans and Ryan Gosling. Yeah, Great Notice for
Red Notice on Netflix. No, Red Notice was the other Gray Man.
Gray Man. Yeah.
Yes.
Red Notice was with The
Yes,
Rock.
Prague was
Probably dead. Probably gone. So any movie where a lot of people die, it's pretty easy to watch. So I'm about that. So John Wick 2 is my next pick.
Nice.
I got 3 of my top 5 movies. I feel pretty good about that.
That's legit.
I have 3 of my top 4.
There you go.
I like Ben's list so far. Matrix, Speed, Hardball. That's a fucking fire.
That's a good list so far.
All one-word movies. Keep simple.
His titles are not complicated.
Yeah. So I'm gonna go as old school as you can get with this one.
Okay.
And I think his first recognizable role, and I'm going Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure.
Okay.
There you go. That was on my list.
Oh, if it wasn't on your list, we wouldn't be friends anymore.
That's a cult classic. I actually didn't watch it until later in the 90s, so about 10 years after it was made, just because.
It was 89.
89 when it was made.
Yeah.
But it was the first, like, stoner buddy comedy to me that I watched, and I was just like, fuck yeah, this is awesome.
And then especially because the sequel just came out a couple years ago. Yeah, well, naturally.
The sequel sucked.
Because that genre doesn't, I don't think
Correct.
I don't think it carries
well,
weight.
the third one came out.
Yeah, the third.
Yeah.
But
the high buddy comedy thing, I think, is outdated.
it just had such a cult. It's such a cult classic that like even if it kind of flopped in the theaters because it really wasn't like a big thing. But over the generations, like we all.
That's why you have VHS and you're watching it all the time.
times,
It's always on the movie channels.
Yep.
Hell yeah.
Yep.
You're watching that a lot. Yeah. That's up there like, Dude, Where's My Car?
Yep.
But I put this above Dude, Where's My Car?
For sure. This is a better Dude, Where's My Car to me.
Yeah. To me.
Oh, really? I love Dude, Where's My Car.
So do I.
Dude,
sweet.
tell me what my tattoo says. Dude. That's what mine says.
Sweet.
Jennifer Garner, one of the girlfriends.
Yeah.
Sexy.
Hell yeah.
But Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure.
Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure for
great
sure.
Fucking movie.
Okay, alright.
And my fourth pick is going to be, sorry Ben, The Replacements.
Yeah, I was coming.
Little
Hey, did you
Shane
know there was a
Falco.
quarterback at Ohio
You
State?
wouldn't have picked that if you didn't tip it off, Tyler. Fuck you. I knew it wouldn't make it back to me, but I had to make the sacrifice.
The Replacements, along with Any Given Sunday, are probably two of my non-traditional favorite football movies. As you like the traditional Varsity Blues, Remember the Titans, those type where you're kind of
Your heavy hitters.
but you're following
These are your tier 2 football movies for sure.
Yeah, it's they're not supposed to be as good as they are, but they're fucking awesome. The Replacements,
Loosely based off of a true story.
Correct.
Loosely.
They film it in the beautiful M&T Bank Stadium.
That's
correct.
correct.
It's not M&T Bank at the time. But
Nope.
Yeah, sign that, baby.
Yep.
I love they filmed the Washington team in Baltimore.
Yep. Just like they did the Cleveland Indians and Camden Yards for Major League.
Because they needed to look better. So let's go to Baltimore.
Let's go to Baltimore. No, Replacements is good. Big cast. Gene Hackman, Jon Favreau, a couple other guys that are the short black guy who was in Elf.
Yeah.
He was one of the brothers and then no, it's a good movie. The cheerleading. I remember you got the dates. What was the year for that?
2000.
2000?
2000.
Yeah, 2000. I remember because we were in 5th grade at the time, 4th, 5th grade or whatever. The cheerleading scene was pretty erotic for us as 11, 12-year-olds.
Yeah,
I remember when they were doing it, I was like, wow, this is great.
I was like the old guys in the stands. Woo, cheering.
Yes. I didn't remember this.
It's when I got older that I realized. All those old guys in the stands were their fans from the strip club that just came to the game to watch the cheerleading.
That's right. When they sing the song in the jail cell, they're doing the dance and stuff.
Yeah. That is
First
the best.
I was afraid, how was it your fault? No, it's beautiful. The British kicker who's great. It's just a good movie.
The Romo Calvert.
He's wiry. John Favreau's his last kind of crazy person role.
Yes, the SWAT police officer who comes.
Give me the ball. I got you the ball.
I got you the ball, guys. I got you. I was afraid to kill somebody.
The two fat black security guards that freaking were his muscle.
And they shot up the car.
We protect our quarterback.
Oh, is that your call? Pop out.
How'd you foot over my man's ride? Actually, take it a shot. Get it buffed. Or whatever.
Hey, you ready for practice? Let's go to practice.
Yeah. You smell really nice.
As if they practice in the main stadium. It's just there's let's be honest though. Yeah. There's a lot of dumbness in this movie.
Oh, 100%.
But it's still great.
It's wild yam. It's great for the muscle. Yeah.
Remember the sumo guy throws up because another guy goes, if I see puke, I puke.
He's eating on eggs. That's the first time they work together as a team.
27 eggs, dude.
And then the back to the jail cell scene when they're singing, and then the Pro Bowl deaf tight end
is still dancing,
still singing, still dancing because no one else.
Gene Hackman broke him out.
Dude, yeah, Gene Hackman was great in it.
That's so funny. Okay, cool.
It's one of my favorite. It was so hard not to take it because it's one of my all-time favorite movies. So to not take it in Keanu. It's tough, but that's how much I like Keanu Reeves.
He has a sneaky good list. All right, am I up next?
Yes.
All right, cool. All right, I am going to go not follow my board completely because I don't want to be too much in the franchise.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go one below, and I'm going to go Dracula. Okay?
Fuck yeah, dude. Bram Stoker's Dracula is the shit.
Yeah, so Dracula's really cool because it's a little of a twist. It's definitely a horror fantasy, but the way the story kind of gets you to have the victim and Dracula meet is unique and kind of cool. Instead of it just being the Dracula from the 1400s in Transylvania, or some Dracula that's woken up and is terrorizing town. The way they meet again. Oh, you guys can go see it. It's not a movie, but he's basically a lawyer that goes and meets with him to discuss, I think land deals, something like that. And basically, somehow Dracula sees a picture of his wife who looks just like Dracula's wife, and now Dracula gets fixated on his wife and goes and hunts her. And now the lawyer guy has to defeat, so again, it's a super unique way to tell the story of a villain that's been told of a version of the story that's been told a million times.
Right.
So it's pretty unique. Also, again, another spectacular cast. You got Gary Oldman in his prime, Winona Ryder, Anthony Hopkins, Carrie Ells, who's a big star, Richard Grant, and then again, obviously Keanu. It's a big time cast and movie, and I really liked it. So Dracula will be my next pick.
Cool.
Nice. Yeah, great movie.
All right.
My next pick.
You got back-to-backers.
I got back to back. This is
And
my
your
4 and
last
5,
pick.
huh?
Yep. 4 and 5.
Wow. I was
Yes,
not expecting to have some of these movies on my list, though.
Ooh. Interesting.
I was not expecting to have some of these movies on my list, though. One, I feel almost obligated to take. But I'll leave it for someone else.
Okay.
So I'm going to go Constantine.
Okay. That's a good one. On my list.
That was only my 5th pick, man. Good job.
I just rewatched it. Loved it. Really wish he would have made a second one.
Well, that's the one movie that he actually wants to remake.
Yes, so I'm hoping that happens someday. Would have loved the second one. But just watch it though. I mean, for those of you who haven't seen it, I was going to say John Wick. Jesus.
John Constantine.
Yeah, John Constantine is born with the ability to see.
He walks in both worlds.
Yeah, because he attempted suicide and survived it, but while he was surviving, he was in that world.
Yes, well, he had visions. He had visions as a child, but wasn't quite sure, and then attempted suicide and went to hell.
Mm-hmm.
That's what happens when you commit suicide.
Right.
And once he came back, he said he was only dead for 2 minutes, but while there, it seemed like an eternity.
Right.
He then believed in all his visions and everything that he could see.
Mm.
Unfortunately, he had committed suicide, so he was damned to hell forever, no matter what he did.
Mm.
So he spends all of his life tracking down what he calls half-breeds and demons, half-breed demons who live in this world and influence the world with whispers in the ears and stuff.
Like, picture like a devil on your shoulder type of deal.
Yes, and he tries to hunt them down basically to buy his way back into
Trying to stack up deeds.
Yes.
Yep.
And this is a story.
It's a good movie.
Great movie. I don't really want to say too much about it if you have.
Now this Rachel Weisz is in it, and this is like kind of her prime time too.
Yes.
Right around The Mummy, things like that.
Yep.
So you got two pretty big stars at the time, Keanu and Rachel.
He normally gets matched up with a pretty big star.
Yeah. Well, you need somebody to carry him because, as we decided, he's not a good actor.
So yeah, I'll go Constantine.
Okay. All right. So then I'm up now, right?
Nah, I'm up.
Oh, you're up again. Sorry, you're up again.
He's got his last pick.
I'm up again.
Where are some heavy hitters still on the board?
There really is. But I'm gonna go with Street Kings.
That was gonna be my pick.
That Street Kings is a favorite of mine. Dude, I love so many. Gotta Reeves, you're freaking awesome, man.
Yep.
I love so many of these movies. I remember seeing this when it first came out, and I'm watching it now, and you kind of got it in your head, and I'm older, and I pick movies apart more now that I'm older, like what's gonna happen. I can obviously see how everything's playing out throughout the movie. At the time, it was kind of a twist to me, like it kind of got me what was going on, everything in the, I mean, that's great. But he is a bad cop, a dirty cop.
I love dirty cop movies.
Dude, great dirty cop movie. He's like in a group of dirty cops, and he is the tip of the spear. They point him at the bad guys. He goes in, kills them all, makes it look like he did it all legally. With, what was it, exigent circumstances?
Yeah. That was funny.
So,
okay.
Yeah, he goes in and does that. Great movie. Once again, great cast. Yeah.
No, that's a good pick. That was going to be my pick.
Okay.
Ben, you have a very solid squad. Now, I'm going to forfeit my best squad and kind of go a little more personal with this next pick.
Okay.
This is not a great movie. And it's not a great Keanu movie, but I have a affiliation with this movie.
Okay.
You're going to laugh at me.
Okay.
Lake House.
Okay, I'm not laughing.
No,
okay.
the Lake. Have you ever seen it?
Yeah.
The romantic movie with.
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
So for those who haven't seen The Lake House, it's a romantic movie with him and Sandra Bullock.
That's arguably a top 15 movie.
It's a top 15 movie, but it's definitely. I mean,
I didn't realize how many like rom-coms, romantic movies he was in.
he's definitely been in a few.
A bunch, and he did a bunch of smaller films too.
Yeah.
That some of the smaller ones I haven't seen that are some of his top-rated movies in acting when he was young.
Yeah.
So
basically, the premise of this is there's a lake house that's kind of magical. He writes like love notes and he puts it in the mailbox, and it appears in another lake house's mailbox the next day, and it ends up developing a relationship with him and Sandra Bullock. They never actually meet; they just write these love letters. to each other through the mailbox. The reason it's specifically amusing to me is because this was my first Netflix and chill moment. Definitely went to a female's house. I will not obviously say her name on the show, but she said, "Hey, let's watch this movie and hang out." And I was first like, "Well, this is gonna blow," but then it did blow, and I was like, "All right, this is great.
Well, that's good.
This is what Netflix and chill is." So that was my first Netflix and chill moment. Had some food, watched a corny romantic movie and got laid.
Nice. I was afraid for a second that you're going to say I changed pickup lines with her over the mailbox, and it never actually happened. We never met.
The deed was delivered.
Well done. Well, that definitely earns a special
Yeah,
spot.
so I was going to go with Street Kings if it was available, but since it didn't, I went with the personal nostalgia pick.
Yeah.
So
I had a movie I was going to go with, but it's like, I'll let it slide, and there's still some more for me to do.
And there's, for me, 2 big ones still left out there. So Dan, we'll see what you got, bro.
I'm going with one of the series that he's in, and I'm going Matrix Reloaded.
Yep.
I don't have a Matrix on my roster, so I'm going chalk on this one. I'm going Matrix Reloaded.
That's the one I was talking about. That I had higher ranked.
Yeah.
I took Street Kings and Constantine instead.
Agreed with them. It's one of my favorite Matrixes. It's my second favorite Matrix, and it's just one of my favorite movies.
That's
now,
really good. Yeah.
I was gonna torch my draft and go with one of his 2 bigger animated roles recently that came out in
DC Pet.
DC led
I didn't have that on my list
because he was Bat Dog or Batman.
Yeah.
But also he's Duke Kaboom in Toy Story 4.
Yes.
And so
That's a very high.
is he the first actor in history to have 4 movies? Not a trilogy or like whatever, 4, but all 4 movies are like all rated at like 8 and above.
Is he allowed to piggyback the Toy Story one even though he's only been in the 1?
You're right. You're right. I'm sorry.
Yeah, because definitely the 2 franchises, he's in all of them.
Yeah.
I don't think he deserves credit for Toy Story. What would be another one that he went to 4 with?
No, John Wick's the only one who went to 4. And then Matrix.
Matrix now.
Matrix failed was the fourth one was a failure. And the third one was a
I was
failure.
going to say, 3rd and 4th are failure.
But John Wick 1 through 4 is amazing.
I mean, I was happy we got 4, even though
Redirections and Revolutions were 2 of my, like I have them on the list, but they were definitely the bottom of my board.
Yes. I was still glad we got 4. We got something else, but I wasn't expecting much from it to begin with.
Yeah, like in fact, so the ones that weren't picked for me were Wick 3, the 2 Matrixes, and that's it. Of my big board.
Okay, so I had Man of Tai Chi at 15. That was the first one he
I don't even think
directed.
I've seen that one.
Movie sucks.
First one he directed. It's about,
Did it suck?
I didn't like it.
Okay.
Okay. It's about this guy, a Chinese man who does Tai Chi, and his name's Tiger Chen, and it's a whole fighting movie.
That's the most stereotypical racist thing I've ever heard in my life.
It's the same
It's
as
his
like
first
47
director.
Ronin. It's not that great.
Yeah. Okay.
I keep on saying John Wick. Keanu Reeves plays Jesus. A guy who
Jesus?
He's a guy. He plays a guy
Mel
who has
Gibson,
a
is
lot
that
of
you?
money. Sorry, that was Matrix. But he plays a guy who has a lot of money and sets up fights for all these rich people.
Okay.
But it's not just watching the fights. There's more that goes on. But of course, it all ends up with Tiger Chen fighting.
Naturally. Naturally.
Parenthood was
But
one.
pretty good.
That was like the
Parenthood's
original
a good
cheaper.
one.
It was like the original cheaper by the dozen
Uh-huh.
movie,
Okay.
Yep.
where he was like the older brother.
Mm-hmm.
He was the kid from Seventh Heaven who was in Cheaper by the Dozen. The
Mhm.
older brother from Cheaper by the Dozen.
The quarterback.
Yeah. Also,
Yep.
I think it was in the
Something's Gotta Give.
Something's Gotta Give. That's it.
Yeah.
What You Do About Nothing.
Yeah, with Jack Nicholson.
It was actually a good movie.
It was a really good movie. I just
Not
watched
because
that
of
one
him, but it was a good movie.
Yeah, he plays a more secondary role
For
too.
sure. Yeah.
I think we fucking. All right, let's go over the list. All right, so Ben, Matrix, Speed, Hardball, Constantine, Street Kings.
It's a tough list.
Yeah, I know.
It's a tough list to beat.
Tyler, John Wick 4, Devil's Advocate, John Wick 2, Dracula, Lake House.
Mm.
Dan, Point Break, John Wick, Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure, The Replacements, Matrix Reloaded.
I think Ben's gonna get this one.
Yeah.
That's my vote.
I like Ben's list so far right now.
So we decided picking first is a big deal. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, picking first when there's Andrew Luck is a big deal.
Yeah.
That's true. No, Ben.
I also didn't think Speed would make it back to me, so I think.
If he would have taken John Wick 1, I was going to take Point Break and Speed.
Yeah.
But I wanted to
4
take...
threw everything off. But we haven't seen 4, so we can't really comment on
I
it.
think you guys will see where I'm at. Go see it. It's great.
Yes, I want to see it.
John Wick 3, the dogs and Halle Berry were the best scene in the whole thing.
Yeah.
Facts.
You can double feature it this weekend with Dungeons and Dragons and John Wick 1. I'm actually super pumped for Dungeons and Dragons.
Dude,
Is that what we're reviewing next week?
I can't wait.
Is that what we're reviewing next week?
Do you want to?
Yes. It comes out on Thursday, right?
Yes.
I'll pay full price to go see that movie.
I'm excited because
Most of the time I see movies on Tuesday. What's out right now? John Wick?
John Wick 4.
John Wick 4, honestly, that's the
Oh, there was something else.
I mean, like Creed's probably still out.
No. There's something new.
Ant-Man's probably still out.
Yeah, but we haven't seen.
I think Wick
If I
was
want to go
the
tomorrow to see it.
Wick's the big movie.
Shazam! Fury of the Gods.
Oh, that one.
Shazam. That one's
That's
good.
another one.
Yeah.
And also Scream 5.
I love Scream
6.
5. If you're a big, I think I
6.
told you guys, if you're a fan of the franchise,
And Cocaine Bear.
Oh, I haven't seen Cocaine Bear yet.
There's one showing. We can wait until that is
Just
on
remember,
Netflix.
don't coke the bear.
If you're big fans of Scream, you will love Scream 6. Like, and I loved it. But I'm also a huge fan of the franchise. Like, I thoroughly, because this one is like pure nostalgia. They revert back to so much old stuff. Like, I'm not going to give too much away, but like,
You're a way big fan of him.
fair enough. And I'll take that. I'll take that heat. But so
It's not heat. I've never been a big horror movie guy to begin with.
But it's like it's different than a
more
horror.
thriller than horror.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a better word. Yeah, more thrill than horror. So fair enough. But again, go see Wick 4 of all the movies out. That's the one to see. I'm pumped for Dungeons and Dragons because I just love Chris Pine. And I think it's like a perfect role for him.
No, I think he fits that role.
Like the sarcastic adventure guy. Like
He is a bard.
Yes, he's a bard.
So I'm not going to understand anything that's going on other than just enjoying Chris Pine and Michelle Rodriguez and like that crew. So
It's gonna be a fun time.
Don't worry, I'll explain everything to you when we do the review.
can't wait.
I'm gonna know every spell and every creature they
Do you
run
think
into.
do you think knowing more though almost creates unfair expectations? Like I'm going to enjoy more not by knowing things.
No,
Is
so
there
it
gonna-
doesn't create
Like-
unfair
Like
expectations.
if there's faults, I'm not going to know about it.
No, because I don't know that much about the overarching Dungeons and Dragons lore in the world. Because I play in a lot of custom campaigns that like game creators, DMs, the dungeon
We
master.
also don't know if they're gonna
has
shout
created
out spells
himself.
though.
Okay.
But I'm more excited to see how they depict how some of these creatures hit the big screen.
Mm.
The effects, like the black dragon you see in the preview,
That's spewing the
that's
shit.
spewing, that's acid.
Yeah.
So like black dragons have acid breath, red dragons have fire breath, white dragons have cold breath, stuff like that.
We don't need to explain all that.
I'm just saying.
Okay.
So I'm
We've been here
excited
for 2
to
hours and
see.
45 minutes.
I'm just excited to see the acid from the breath weapon. Some of the spells that I've seen them use already in the show to see the effect of the spell and how they make it, how it looks on the big screen and everything. That's what I'm excited to see.
Right.
And of course, I know it's going to be good comedy and humor and everything, and good action. So
Yeah.
We'll
I'm
talk
looking
about
forward to
that more when we watch it.
Oh yeah.
All right, cool. So we have something set up for next week. Beautiful.
Yeah.
All right, cool. All right, well, on that note, Dan, you already kind of alluded to, we've been here for a while. It's time to go to bed.
Time to speed on out of here.
Yeah, so, I see what you did there. Well done. All right, well, all right, guys, so, hey, please give us a like, share, and follow on our social media accounts. You can find us on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube now. Again, as many people that can like and subscribe for us, the better. Please do so, especially if you're a regular P1, or even if you're a P2, just hopping on. It's always good. We always still love you all the same. You can also give our own personal accounts a share, follow. We post a lot of stuff, a lot of good stuff, especially about the show and just other fun things going on in our lives and all that good stuff. So if you think we're funny now, you should see us when we're not here. Basically. So,
All right.
all right, on that note, we're signing out. This is your boy, T-Wayne.
Benjamin Augustus.
And Danny Mac.
Keep living the dream.
Peace.